Okay, nobody's making any funny noises. I'm really shocked.
We gotta be professional. Randall Thor is here today.
That's true.
Yeah, you just wait. I don't know what professional means.
There's nothing professional about this podcast in the least. Nothing.
Wait, I'm the only one wearing a suit? What the hell?
I'm sitting naked. I don't know what you're doing.
What are you talking about, Leo? Half time when I come in here with you guys, I'm wearing my hazmat gear.
Leo, I'll be honest. Every now and then, I really wonder if you've ever fondled the raccoon with the many pictures you posted.
What?
I actually haven't posted a raccoon picture in a while.
Yeah, I know, but you used to post them a lot.
Yeah, but anyway, all right. It is Wednesday night.
Welcome to Gaming Beyond the Raccoon.
Yeah, welcome. It is Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, and it is time for Gaming Beyond the Box. I want to thank everybody that's already here and everybody that's piling in. Tonight's a pretty big night for us. We have the man, the myth, the legend. We have Mr. Randall Thor.
I mean, I don't know about all that, but the man, the myth, the legend. I appreciate it though. I don't know, man. I'm like, everybody just hit me up at once to come on their show. First it was Boom, then you hit me up, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I haven't been on the show before. I tuned in last week for the first time because I needed to troll Obi.
That's always fun.
Crap for what this is his first time on or his first full-time position on a podcast.
Yeah, and the best part, he pays us to be here. Isn't that great?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. How much you paying, Obi? What's the going rate?
$2 an hour.
$2 an hour. All right. This is the best podcast on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. Xbox podcast, right?
It's the only
I heard you guys say
Xbox
this last
podcast.
Well,
Or gaming set.
Even if there was a competing one, it would be.
Just in general.
Well, but I wanted to say, Rand, I'm honored to have you here, man. I remember, watching you on E3 years ago when you hit that million gamer score. I've been listening to you and Jez for a while now. I enjoy your guys' show on YouTube. It's called the Xbox 2.
That's right, the Xbox 2. Just me and Jez, just talking about games and whatever we feel like.
And I really wish we could have got him on, but I know with the time difference, man, there's no way he could have made it at this time frame.
Yeah, so. I think he's like 6 or 7 hours ahead of us. It's late for him when we do the show at like 3 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
So.
But I love listening to you guys, man. I try to tune in every chance I get when you're live. So
appreciate that. I'm really glad you like it. I know Obi's there. Quite a bit.
Well,
I gave him mod powers. I'm gonna have to give you mod powers too, so you can lay down the banhammer.
Well, Obi's your stalker.
I know.
I told you that.
My DMs.
It's Wilmy.
My
What
DMs.
the hell?
He sends a lot of pictures to us during the week of you, and we're like, does Rand really know you're taking those? And he says you do, and it's consensual, so we don't ask.
Yeah, it's getting a little creepy.
I'm never telling you guys anything ever again.
Yeah, he has a slight man crush on you. So.
And the body pillows. What the hell, man?
Well,
I'm gonna delete my slideshow now.
There was a moment where it was like Zalker and Obi were on equal footing for me, right? And then Obi was like, you know what, I'm gonna play video games. And he actually completed all the Batman games, and Zalker still hasn't. So in my opinion,
back to back,
Obi is up at the top and Zalker's down at the bottom right now.
Oh, and hey, who convinced me to do that? Who I was sitting there saying,
me and Dealer were pushing for you to play those Batman games for I don't know how long.
Well, what game was Gears 5 was coming out? I was like, I don't think I could do that. And then I think you really pushed it and said, just start it, just try it. And I ended up not only beating 1 or 2, I ended up beating all 3 of them.
Right. One of the greatest franchises in gaming. The Batman Arkham series.
Best way to do it too.
Arkham Knight, in my opinion, though, is my favorite of them all. Oh.
Me and Dealer still expect our, congratulations. We expect like a card in the mail for getting you to play those.
Wow.
Right? When are you going to do that?
I just went to the store and got a card on my way home.
Christmas card? Okay.
Oh shit! I thought it was supposed to be a Thanksgiving card.
Send him an 80th anniversary of Batman card.
I am grateful for making me play Batman with a gun to my head.
Yeah.
And yes, that the name you see in chat is Ms. Wilmy Hood. My wife is in the chat tonight, so
Nice.
What?
Hello,
What?
Miss Wilmy Hood.
Hi, Miss Wilmy Hood.
Hey, Miss
Watch
Wilmy
out.
Hood.
I really didn't think you were real, but
oh yeah, she's real, dude. We've been married 20-some years. I can promise you, she's real, and so are the kids that we raised.
You mean they're
Some
not
of the
just those
kids.
dolls that you've collected around your house?
Yeah, those are all fake. Our kids are very real. So, but anyway, let's get on with our introductions. Fort Boy, how's it going, dude?
it's going good. Just want to remind everybody it's Happy Hello Thankmas. My wife wanted me to make sure everybody knew that, and just
What
remember
does that
to
even
think about
mean?
that.
Happy. Hello.
It's-
Thanks. What?
Yeah, it's her way of combining Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, like Walmart and everybody else does. The moment Labor Day hits, so.
So do you get like presents every month, or how
Oh
does
God,
that
no.
work?
Is
No,
it like
it's just
presents,
more.
candy, and turkey?
No, a lot of candy corn though. So.
A lot of candy.
Ah.
Interesting.
Candy corn. Ugh, never mind. All right, Bomber, what's going on, dude?
Man, not a whole lot, man. Just happy to be here. Finally got off work, all that good jazz to be on here on time. So that's always.
That's it.
I mean, you know.
No,
Just,
yo,
Where?
yo,
Where?
yo.
Oh.
Yeah, where's your?
Well, I
trade?
was gonna do the yo. I
Too tired?
things went on today, and just the yo just was not here for it.
Okay.
But I'm currently I finally started playing the campaign of Modern Warfare, so that's
Nice.
Sweet. All
Did he
right.
cut out? Is it just me? Did he cut out, right?
cut
no.
completely.
I'm still here.
Oh,
Oh,
now I hear you.
alright.
Okay.
I'm like,
I mean,
he
I mean,
started to say.
I do have push to
something.
talk. No, I just said I've just got played a little bit of Modern Warfare, and that's about where I've gotten to now. Fine.
All right. And we'll leave it at that. And Leo, this is actually his second podcast. What's up,
Yeah.
Leo?
My first Gaming Beyond the Box. Been in
Well-
the chat most of the time.
Everybody that knows anything about the Fork Nation knows who you are. So you're our resident raccoon lover.
Yep, that's me.
Lover.
He loves them trash pandas.
Fucking trash man. That's hilarious.
I almost started posting Japanese ones, but I figured no one would get it. They'd probably think.
Oh no!
Close
See,
to
they're not
something else.
raccoons now. They're trash pandas.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
right.
it's definitely
hilarious.
lot
Hey,
lizards. Oh yeah. See
Well,
now I'm
wait.
understanding it.
You're
I
right.
actually got a bunch of hate for switching my profile picture from a raccoon to something else. I was like, holy crap, I didn't think people took it that seriously.
We do, Leo. We do.
Absolutely.
All right. And Obi. What's going on, Mr. Obi, besides you're crushing really hard on Rand right now?
Creeper's
Well-
gotta creep.
That's hilarious.
Oh man. I beat Call of Duty 2 times now. My wife has actually beat it 2 times now. She surprisingly really loves it. I 100%ed all the achievements for it except for the special ops and need a co-op partner, which
Right.
I think is going to be her. I think she'll kill me if I do it without her. Trying to get into Outer Worlds. I hate to admit it that I'm struggling with it. For some reason to me it just seems outdated. Doesn't for me.
What?
I don't know listen. Just for me, for some reason, my first impressions of it is like, wow, this is really empty. And I know it's just the first area. I know you have to push through that. But my first impression of it so far was just, I was bored. But could have been because I was in a party chat with a bunch of people talking and couldn't really focus on it or wasn't in the right mindset. But I'm, looking to deep dive into it because I have not heard. I think I'm like the first person I've even heard say a negative thing about it. So it's obviously
So-
me, not the game.
So my thing is, the first time I hear somebody say, "Hey, you just got to push through," I'm like, I'm done. If I have to push through something to enjoy something, to me, it's like, nah, I'm good.
I just-
I just got to be in the right mindset to do some things because if I'm mad about something or something's bugging me, for some reason, I just can't.
Well,
I can't focus.
As a friend, you could probably quit annoying some certain person on Twitter every 30 minutes.
Rand, am I that annoying to you on Twitter?
I'm not talking about
I don't
Rand.
think-
Somebody else.
Yeah, I don't think Wilmy's talking about me there.
No,
Well, it's not.
Obi.
It's not Dealer or Colt. Or
it's
anything, I
not
don't know.
Dealer. It's not Cold. It's not Zalker. It's not
Are you talking about the
D-Match.
bitch ass crap gamer? Is that who you talking
Yeah, I mean,
about?
Yes, maybe
He
leave
stopped
the dude
and found
alone.
his Facebook.
God.
Leave him alone for 5 minutes. Play Outer Worlds.
Leave crap alone.
All right. And
He's sensitive.
Rand, what have you been playing, dude, since we talked to you last?
Let's see. I finished Modern Warfare as well. Did 2 playthroughs. Once on regular, got all the achievements, and I played it again on veteran.
Nice.
I actually really like
Yeah,
the
I saw
campaign.
your post with that.
Yeah, I really like this campaign. I think it's up there as the best Modern Warfare, or the best campaign for Call of Duty game this generation. I think by far. I think it's the best one. And then instead of going into Outer Worlds, because I'm not the biggest fan of Fallout-like games, I enjoy them, but like I don't need to rush into them. I started After Party because I'm a huge fan of Oxenfree, and this is the developer's second game. So I'm like, I'm gonna play Oxenfree first, and I played it for like 3 hours or so, and it's good. Like the dialogue's great, the voice acting's phenomenal. I'm just not the biggest fan of the hell setting, and the mystery that was driving Oxenfree really isn't present here in After Party. So like, the story of, hey, you need to outdrink the devil to get back to, the real world isn't as compelling. So I think it's good. I just don't think it's great right now, at least from where I'm at.
Yeah, I haven't even started that game yet.
Big surprise.
Yeah, I've got so many games, dude. I'll never get through them all before I'm dead.
I'm actually surprised as allowed on this panel. I think I'm the only one that hasn't played Modern Warfare.
Wow, this is your last podcast.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. All right, and Ghost, what have you been up to, dude? Although I already know.
Playing the fuck out of Modern Warfare. I've already completed. Fuck me. A couple playthroughs.
No, but thanks for the invitation anyway.
You know, it happens.
I got a headache.
And
Maybe tomorrow.
I'm just like playing the shit out of the multiplayer. I've got like my M4 ranked up to 71. It's like maxed out. My character's up to like I'm on 69 right now. So I've been playing that a lot. But I'm gonna get a point to try Outer Worlds. I haven't touched it yet.
Fair enough, but at least you've played Call of Duty, unlike some people on the panel. My God, Leo.
Goodness.
We thought we knew you, dude. It's terrible.
I'll show myself out.
Did we get an update on Bomber's Sister? I was looking forward to that one. Kind of spaced out.
None of those. But let's talk about EA. EA has decided to go back into a little partnership with Steam. Does anybody even give a shit?
Nah.
PC,
Not
who
really.
cares?
I mean, for PC people, I guess it's cool, and it's the EA Access thing's kind of odd with Steam, but hey, whatever. It more people can play, sure.
I'm more interested on the remasters they're planning. I'm hoping for the Mass Effect trilogy.
See, I don't even care about any remasters. I just want them to make freaking NCAA football, and that's it. That's all I care.
I just really like Mass Effect, so the Shepard parts, not
To
the
me, I don't know.
Andromeda.
I'd rather a company just. I don't know. I'd rather them focus on making newer games than remastering other games. I mean, yeah, it's cool and everything, and you get to play them again in better quality and all that, but make something new. Mass Effect was great, but can we get a new IP and make something different? I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, I know there's a ton of people that love Mass Effect, but as some people know, I'm just not a huge single-player fan, so to me, make some other games that we can enjoy besides, hey, look, now it's Mass Effect in 4K.
Well, I normally would agree with you, but I haven't played a good EA game in forever.
Oh, that too.
Hey, Rand, isn't it most times that when a game gets remastered, the developer relies on a third party to do it?
And most of the time.
Yep.
So, yeah. So
And
they
EA
could- they
did
could-
say
they-
in their conference call 2 days ago that they are going to be remastering fan favorites. So who wants to take a bet? Mass Effect and Dead Space get remastered here soon for either next gen or current gen.
Oh, that's coming.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't played any of the
Needed
Dead
to
Space
happen.
games,
Dead
so-
Space would be pretty dope remastered.
I mean,
Dead
it would
Space
be
1 and
definitely-
2, 60 frames, 4K, give it to me.
Dead Space in VR
Whoa,
would be
can't
pretty
you already
cool.
do that on P? You could do that on PC, can't you?
Yeah, well,
Huh?
sure, but I don't
Huh?
play on PC. So
Yeah, who
cares?
does that?
We know we have a common friend that does.
Don't look at me.
Jesus.
I play anything. I don't care.
I was talking about Zocker.
Oh, well, Zocker only plays one game. He plays Apex Legends, so.
That's true.
But in other EA news, they finally came out with something good because they're not planning on releasing a new Battlefield game until 2022.
Thank God.
Well,
Probably going to be modern battle.
Oh, it's gonna be modern, 100%.
It's
After
going to
the
be boots on
sales
the
of
ground.
Modern Warfare now.
They're going to take that shit straight back to World War II. Watch.
no,
Yep.
God, no more World War II.
Ah,
They'll
they'll-
take
they'll
it to
go-
space.
They'll go modern. They're
Fuck the
seeing
space. They need modern.
best that Modern Warfare just had with like the biggest launch of a Call of Duty game this gen, and yeah, that they're definitely that's when Battlefield shines. Like when it's a Modern Warfare,
Exactly.
Battlefield 3, Battlefield
Totally agree.
4. That was when it was at its Bad Company.
Bad Company.
That's
was
when it was
amazing.
at its
Battlefield
best,
and a
you know?
Battlefield 3 right before Battlefield 4 came out is when I think it was at its absolute prime.
Yeah.
I enjoy Battlefield 4, but the netcode on it was trash, being like 15 feet behind a corner, and then somehow you still died. It took them 2 years to fix that. By then it's way too late. But they tried to rehash or remaster all those maps and add weird things to it that really, screwed it up and made places like Metro. I think the map was called Metro. Just made it a grenade spam room. I mean, that's all it was. Your controller to be vibrating the whole match because everybody just throwing grenades over and over and over and over and over. But Battlefield 3, I put a lot of time into that game.
I think Battlefield 4 was the one I had the most time in.
So
I think
you
I had
missed,
the most time in Bad Company too.
do you remember the USOS being really overpowered in Battlefield 3? The automatic shotgun?
Oh, there was a lot of them that were overpowered.
There was that time where it was the USOS and the FAMAS were just absolutely broken in those games, and you could snipe people with that USOS.
Like the old Far Cry game.
Yep.
Like Far Cry 2, you could literally pop somebody off of a rooftop with a shotgun.
If you ever saw that Battlefield French cartoon show on YouTube, they had made a joke that people said that you could change it like day and night if you shoot the sun. And so as a joke, they'd always just shoot at the sun in the game and it would change it from day and night with that USOS.
I'm not surprised at all. Because they were pretty bad. But anybody have any other thoughts on the new Battlefield in 2022?
Looking forward to it.
All right.
It's good. It's good that they're giving them time to space out their releases because lately here it's been a Battlefront game and then a DICE game, whether it's Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 2 or Battlefield 5. So it was like you kind of are rushing DICE, and I think Battlefield 5 suffered for it immensely, not only in the campaign but in the multiplayer and how it was structured and the lack of maps and stuff. Like they didn't have enough time, and I think they realized that they don't want people to burn out on one of their great franchises. So it's like we need to make sure that the next one, because I think Battlefield's at that point now where a lot of their core consumers or the hardcore are looking at like screw Battlefield, like what happened with the marketing for this last one, right? So like they need everything to be perfect for the next Battlefield game, so you have to give them the time to craft something really good. So I'm all for it.
And wasn't the newest Battlefield, didn't they just give that away for free pretty much not long after the initial release? They were giving it away.
It went on sale
I bet-
fast as hell.
I think Battlefield 1 hit games with gold a couple months before Battlefield 5 came out, yeah.
That's what I thought, because I know I bought it. I really wasn't that impressed. I think I played it maybe 6-7 hours, and I haven't touched it since.
I was really impressed with it at first. I had a lot of fun with it, but it just did not have enough content. And then I was super excited for the Battle Royale mode because I was like, finally a Battle Royale mode where it's just boots in the ground. There's no stupid abilities. There's no building. It's just boots on the ground, and I was so excited for it, and it was trash. Played it with my friends that are really in the Battlefield. I think we played 3 matches and won 2 out of the 3, and then we never touched it again.
I'm about the same way. I never really touched it much after the first few hours.
I would like to go revisit it sometime relatively soon because I went and revisited Star Wars Battlefront 2. And that game has changed 100%. That game is actually fun now. And they put the most common thing to have in a Battlefield game that they added where you could spawn on your squad mates. They finally added that. I don't know who decided not to do that. I hope they don't work for DICE no more. But yeah, they finally implemented that in there.
I rarely ever go back to revisit games, though. I've got so many now, I just don't even get back to them. Unless I don't know, it has to be something that stands out. And here lately, there's not been many of those. Because most games that seem to have launched this generation have had issues on launch day. All right, now do we want to get into the interesting topic? One of the interesting topics. Because I'm pretty sure Obi will be posting shit on Twitter later about this one.
Uh-oh.
According to GameSpot, PS4 is now the second best-selling console ever to date.
Well, it's not surprising. They've been selling like crazy since it came out.
I mean, it was 100 million not too long ago. 100 million. I mean, it's no shocker. I mean, they're going to keep selling all the way and through until literally the PS5. Actually, through the PS5, it's still going to sell. So it's just like another PS2.
Is everybody scared to speak because Rand's on the panel or what? Normally you guys have energy. Y'all are just...
No, I listened last week and it was everybody was just going crazy. Now it's like everybody's on eggshells.
I don't know why everybody's so quiet. I mean, I'll
it's
talk shit.
Rand-
I
I feel
don't
like I'm talking too much.
Rand's a gamer, dude. He's just like everybody else. Speak.
Absolutely. Hey, I'll sit here and talk. Like honestly, I mean, like, PlayStation's just, they've done everything right. They have from day one all the way through, and they still continue. And the funny thing is one negative thing, one little negative thing of the View came out, and that was bad. But then it ended up make their stocks went up. So meh.
I wouldn't say they had a perfect launch. I mean, if it wasn't for the games, it would be absolutely dog shit.
Well,
the console's dog shit. The operating system on it's dog shit. Everything about it there is dog shit except for the games.
Fucking
that's what's good.
Fucking
These games. Why'd you buy it? For the games. Why'd you buy the Xbox? Hopefully for games, and they still haven't made too many. Hopefully that's consumed. But hey.
Well, that was some thoughts, but I'm going to add my thoughts and
do it.
And before anybody gets pissed off, I can send you photos. I have 3 PlayStation Pros in my house. I'm sitting right beside one right now.
It's all
Can you
Photoshop.
adopt me?
The thing is, and I'll sort of agree with Obi on this. A lot of the stuff that PlayStation has done that has been glorified was actually taken from the Xbox in the beginning of when the Xbox One came out. A lot of the shit that everybody hated when Xbox mentioned it, didn't want it. They were talking trash about it. But when PlayStation did it, it was praised and glorious. Like everybody, I mean, and I know we all still see it. People trashing Game Pass, and that's great if it's not for you. I don't care. I've got it. But now PlayStation has PS Now. And now it's the greatest thing ever. Even though
it's actually
Microsoft's been doing it for a while. So, I mean, it just...
Is it not the same thing as like what Xbox does?
That whole saying, the same but different thing. You can only be on your own network and do it.
And the thing is too, I mean, Microsoft actually had to patent their slogan of "Find your next favorite game" because PlayStation even came out with the same slogan in some of their ads, and they had to pull them.
Also, with PlayStation Now, you can't download every game that's in PlayStation Now. So a lot of them you have to stream.
I think that will change.
I'm sure it will.
I think it will too eventually.
I have this feeling that Last of Us 2 is going to come to PlayStation Now day and date, especially now that it's been pushed back so far. That's my thought. That's going to happen, and minds are going to be blown. But you know what? It's a good thing, though. I don't know why it should be shit on. But I love to see people say, "I'm going to cancel my pre-order now."
They've been saying that about Death Stranding too over the PC port.
Well, now we had a lot of Xbox guys too that were doing the same thing. You know,
You had one Xbox weirdo doing the same thing.
no, dude. There are
was a
more
lot.
people. There are more people in the world than fucking Crack Gamer. You know, there are people that were still posting from the Xbox side.
They can't whine as loud as he can. I tell you what.
You just haven't met him yet, dude. There are people online that do just bitch just as much as he does, if not more. There were people complaining that they were going to, cancel their pre-orders, sell their consoles because games are going to PC. So it's kind of an even thing. You've got bad on both sides.
I mean, I don't know what's wrong with it going to PC. I mean, you just added an extra place for me to play my game. I mean, what's so bad about that? You just basically handed me... You took a PC that I rarely use because I'm not that smart enough to sit there and be like D-batch and benchmark and fine-tune everything. Half the time when I'm doing a game, I'm constantly texting dealers saying, okay, so what do I need to change? What do I need to do? I struggle with it. But now you put that Xbox operating system on it, or the Xbox app for it, and now you just handed me another Xbox essentially that can do better than what my X can. So for me, it's a win-win. And realistically, not all their games go to it. So I hate that whole. There's no point of owning an Xbox now, because all your multi-plat games aren't going to be on there. Because you play your multi-plats on your Xbox to continue with your achievements.
And they separated the Game Pass for Xbox or console and PC too.
Yeah, I mean they're a little bit different. A lot of the games that are on. If I'm correct, Rand, a lot of the games that are on the console for Game Pass are not on Game Pass for PC.
Yeah, I mean, there's also games that are on the PC that are on the console Game Pass.
Like After Party's not on there.
Like Torment isn't on the console, but it's on the PC.
Yeah, and like all the Devolver Digital games and stuff. What was the original? The original question was about PlayStation 4 and its second best selling console of all time.
Right.
And how do we get all the way down to Game Pass?
I'm not really sure.
It's because I made the thing saying they have pretty much done, the best thing they could do from the start to finish, and of course, then it kind of trickled down from there. But I mean,
I'll say, God damn it, we got talking, and we were talking.
Because then Obi-Wan said that they were gonna. Obi-Wan said Last of Us 2 is gonna be put day and date in PS Now. He's wrong for that. That's not happening.
No, I don't think it will either.
Make you
the PS Now probably maybe a year after. Because they're gonna want people to buy it day one, and then they're gonna want people to pick it up again for the PlayStation 5. And at some point, they'll put it on PlayStation Now to drive subscriptions to it, but just not right away.
But see, what's going to stop someone from wanting to buy it day one on a PlayStation if it's going to be on PC day one? What's going to stop
Last of Us Part 2? It's not going to be on PC day one.
No, I'm saying, but why would that make it to where they wouldn't buy it day one? Because you just said...
Some fanboys are illogical and dumb.
Thank you,
and
Rand.
they value the console over like everything for whatever. Like you look at the hashtag like Death Stranding canceled, and it's just a bunch of idiots talking about how they canceled their pre-orders because Death Stranding was going to PC. Yeah, I know a lot of it is just that, but I mean, as far as like Sony goes, like they had a great gen, and a lot of it due to Microsoft screwing up. Like Microsoft handed them this generation on a silver platter,
completely.
Launching an overpriced console, an underpowered overpriced console, and Sony were just going for the jugular right away. This is how you share games and all that stuff. And while the exclusives were pretty neck and neck at the beginning, but that 720p narrative, Xbox never really shook that. And then Sony started to get their first party stuff in order, and just when Sony was hitting their climax with 2017 and 2018, Xbox was hitting the lowest point of the gen. Like Xbox had nothing, and here's PlayStation throwing out God of War and Spider-Man and Shadow of the Colossus and Detroit Become Human, and Xbox is like, well, we got Phantom Dust, you know, like, and it just was a really, really bad gen, and Sony capitalized. I mean, it's not really a surprise. I mean, they basically dominated out of the 4 generations they've been in. They've dominated 3 of them. You know, they sell incredibly well in Europe, which Microsoft does not. Like, the Xbox doesn't really exist in places like Germany
or Japan.
So it's like Sony has a foothold there that can't really be beaten. Yeah, so it's like what they expect it to reach maybe 120 million, like the second best-selling console of all time. So what else can you really say? They capitalized on Xbox's mistakes. They hit their peak right when Xbox was hitting their lowest point. You know, it's like they did everything right for like leading up until this year. I mean, I know maybe this year hasn't been the greatest for PlayStation, you know, software-wise, but it doesn't really matter because everyone's going to be pointing to next year anyways because Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima are coming out, so they can afford an off year is what people
And also
say.
they're getting Persona 5 again. You know, that's going to sell like crazy.
Persona 5, and they just announced
Neo
Neo
2.
2's release date. That's March of next year, and they just gave away Neo for free on PlayStation
Game
Plus.
Pass.
While
Game Pass.
Games with Gold is utter trash this upcoming month. Did you guys see the likes and
it's
dislikes on that?
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
it's
it was
awful.
horrible.
It's
There's
so
a Star
bad.
Wars
And
game on there, man.
the
Anytime
bad
there's a Star
part-
Wars game on there, it's an instant, you know, perfect month for me, man.
And the bad part, Microsoft handed them so many opportunities. It was almost like Microsoft was putting their head on the chopping block, going, "Please, just go ahead, take my head." I mean,
Did you guys see that fake Games with Gold post that guy put out? They had Call of Duty, Modern Warfare on it, Red Dead 2. It looked like it was legit. Any of you guys see that?
Nah.
No.
I didn't see
Oh
it.
man, I think it was Ideal Sloth posted that. God,
Do
it
you
looked
think it was
legit.
real for a second, Obi? When you
My
saw that?
first glance, I was like, "There's no fucking way that's real. There's no fucking way." It would have been mind blowing if that was real. It would have been mind blowing.
You know that's not going to happen.
No,
Not even
No.
close.
nope.
Heck, last
I mean-
month, the only one I liked, or this month, was Ninja Gaiden. Or Gaiden.
I don't
I
even
see
pay
that-
attention to
And the
it
thing
much,
that kills me, like, I understand like this whole backwards compatibility all the way to the original Xbox, but really, who's playing the original Xbox games? I tried, and no, they're just terrible. They did not age well. Some of the 360 games didn't even age well. So I mean, it's kind of like to that point. It's like, I mean, I know you're giving these away, but nobody's really downloading them.
KOTOR aged well, by the way.
Just because it got its whole facelift, but I don't know, the mechanics and stuff are just too outdated for most of everything that I've tried playing. So I've just kind of said, you know what, backwards compatibility, one gen, like the 360 stuff was cool, but then now it's like, okay, now when the next gen comes, all I'm going to be focused on is my Xbox One games, and then whatever they decide, whatever Scarlet's going to be, so.
Do you guys think that making these consoles so far backwards with compatibility actually holds the consoles back?
I believe so.
Well, I mean, is there any statistics of what people do play that are factual of the old school games, anything like 360 and before, or is it just like everybody kind of cries and says they want it, and then Microsoft does it, and then it's like, not that really many people wanted it, or whatever.
Well,
My question is, why would it hold it back?
I just see it as a waste of resources that they could be putting
That's-
it onto something else.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but if you could go forward and take all the games that you've ever bought with you, why would you not want that?
Well, I mean, if you really want to play something on the original Xbox, you can find one for like $25 or $30.
I know, but if I already own it, if I already bought it, and years down the road, I want to be like, oh, my kid wants to, Dad, what's this game? Oh, let me just go to my library, download it, because it's only going to be like a gig, if that. It's ready to go. I don't have to go to a GameStop and be miserable.
It's very similar to what Apple and Android do, and the consoles are getting into it because it you're moving into this all digital thing, and they want people stuck in their ecosystems, and it's hard to turn your back on a backlog of 1,000 games if you include Xbox One, Xbox 360, original Xbox, Xbox Scarlet, right? It's like why people don't switch from Apple to Android very often, or vice versa, because they don't want to give up the apps that they've accumulated, the music that they've bought. It doesn't hold the consoles back in any way.
Yeah.
I don't think so, at least from the people I've talked to. It's a way to basically keep you rooted where you are. So, like, while I'll never use back compat, and I never have, I think it's an amazing program how they enhance the games. I've never once wanted to play a 360 game on the Xbox One, because that's not why I have an Xbox One. I have an Xbox One to play all new games. And when I get an Xbox Scarlet, I'll play all the new games. But with that said, if I hadn't played something, like if I had passed up a game on my backlog and it was there right away, and maybe there wasn't something to play, I would consider buying it. But that's what these companies want. They want you stuck in their ecosystem, so you don't make the choice of, like, you know what, I think maybe I'll go with Xbox this gen. It's like, but wait, I don't know, I have 800 PlayStation games. Why would I want to give up on this? That's like really the core of it, is they want you where you are, so you're in that ecosystem spending money, basically giving it to them. I think it's a great thing, and I don't think it holds the consoles back whatsoever. So,
yeah, because they have to make those games play on whatever it is that they, what kind of architecture that they bring up for the new consoles, right? It's not that they hold it back. So, hey, we're not going to make this better because Halo, the original Halo game, can't play on it. That's not how that works.
Look who we have in chat. The one and only Dealer Gaming.
I've heard of this guy before.
Hey, you need to mod him.
I hear he runs a pretty decent Xbox podcast on Tuesdays. That's somewhat popular,
What was the name of that show?
Just a little.
Just so
I believe it's RDX. I think it's Colt Eastwood's podcast.
Yeah, Colt Eastwood runs that.
Yeah,
he's the hell of a host, man.
Colt Eastwood. It's great that Colt lets you run that show on your channel, Dealer.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing of Colt, man. It really is. That's awesome of him to do that for you.
Colt's a swell guy, man.
And Fort,
hashtag be nice.
Fort,
What's up?
gonna say Fork just left.
No, I'm here. What's up?
hi. How are you today?
I'm good.
That's great. So, we're having the podcast tonight. You want to come along?
Oh, I am.
You want to join in?
I've been listening.
Well, we know you've been listening, fucker. You're supposed to talk. This is not like you. We're all worried. You normally talk. What's wrong?
He's getting a pedicure.
Hello?
Well, all right. Well,
Okay. I've never heard Fort be quiet in months, and it's worrying
no
the hell out of
shit.
me.
That's what I'll say. That's worrying.
Long
me.
day, I guess.
So evidently everybody on the panel has a bomb being delivered to their house by UPS at this point. That
They
may
wouldn't
not...
be UPS. They lose them.
I figured they'd use FedEx.
Wait, why are we getting bombs?
For Fork is being quiet. When have you ever known Fork to be quiet?
Oh, well, you said something. I thought you said something about getting a bomb. I was like, wait a minute, why are we getting bombs?
Okay, hit the bomb, bud. All right. And speaking of PlayStation and PlayStation Now, PlayStation reported they finally hit 1 million subscribers. And I will admit I'm one of them.
Yeah, it was 300,000 extra PC guys that bought the PS Now stuff to play those games that they kept fighting that they weren't going to buy PS4 for. That's pretty much why they did that. They'll probably drop again, though.
Maybe. We'll see. But anybody got anything interesting to add to that one? Nope.
I subscribed for the first month and then canceled it immediately so I wouldn't be charged again. Just so I could try out God of War with an Xbox controller, and it took me 15 times to press the button to swing the axe one time, and never booted it up ever again.
You probably
You should play God of War. I mean, they lowered the price to $10, so it's a lot cheaper, more in line with Game Pass. and they put
Yeah.
a lot of great titles on it. They added God of War and Uncharted 4, I believe, and Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yep.
And if you like RPGs, that's a good place to go.
And I think they also, I mean, Jim Ryan's mentioned how they want to really go heavy into PlayStation Now for this generation. And the price is one, and then adding quality content's the other. So they're going to be constantly adding more games over the course of time. And yeah, I mean, they had like 700,000 subscribers for 7 years. I don't know about you guys, but that's pretty pathetic.
Well, yeah, compared
EA
to their
access,
install base.
Because of the way it used
But
to
it-
run.
Well, yeah, it was because it was streaming only, and because it was
Oh,
basically
yeah.
a backwards compatible service. Like it was basically a way to play your PS3 games, and it's like now they realize, you know, we just need to cut the price and add games to it, and more people will give us money. So, you know, like, it seems like it's working. I think they said they expect a 50% increase for the year, so another. What is that, 1 million? So they expect another 500,000 probably by the end of a year from now. So it's only going to keep on growing as more people want to play all the Sony's games, and if they're on PC, more people will subscribe.
Exactly. Because I know it's pretty
I think
awesome to play God of War on a PC.
I think if you're allowed to download your games, more people would do it.
You
Well,
can download. Well, I
all
mean,
the-
you mean download them on the PC?
On the PC, yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure that'll come at some point.
No,
It'll
I-
eventually be like a Game Pass thing. Like
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it, like, because that's what they're modeling this after. They've changed the way you now download certain games. You know, that's just going to eventually come, especially with the Azure servers. I just think everything's is getting to the point where PS Now will be Game Pass, and then they're going to fight between who has the better content, who has more content. I mean, currently, technically, PS Now has way more games than Game Pass. So, you know, they're just going to keep battling back and forth between it because Sony has seen that Xbox is very profitable off of Game Pass, and they're like, yeah, we want a piece of that pie. So they're going to go after it with still bringing out their big games.
Which is weird that everybody shits on Game Pass and shits on xCloud and Azure and all that, but yet Sony's doing it and they're just ignoring that, but still shitting on it. I don't understand that logic.
I think it's because like PlayStation hasn't ever had to focus so much on their remote play and their PS Now. It was just like, here's some extra stuff we have. Cool. Here's our really games you need to go buy. Where Xbox Now is like, oh my gosh, you need to get in Game Pass to have an Xbox or the Xbox ecosystem now. And then, oh my gosh, here's our xCloud. It's freaking amazing. So, I mean, like they're focusing a lot on that to get people because, I mean, they've lost a lot of people this gen. So I think that's kind of their focus there where Sony's just never had to. And that's why this is all like a second thought. They're like, okay, we can upgrade it and people will come.
Yeah, because as much as some of us may hate it, I mean, that's going to be the future to a huge extent. I'm pretty sure physical media is going to go away.
I mean,
Bye-bye.
That's beautiful, though.
Because the percentage of, I mean, it's already like currently even Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is, you know, I would say one of the major release this year that's big, is like 60-30 digital to physical. So it's getting to that point where now it's all digital, and all the people that are just all about physical, like, yeah, you have probably 5 to 10 years maybe left on physical. And then it's gone. It's just going to be purely digital, and hopefully the boxes eventually still play your physical discs.
You said 60-30?
Yeah, I was thinking.
I think
What about the other 10%?
Oh yeah, well,
That's
the 10%
magical.
is,
It's a buffer.
Those are the upcoming
60-40.
players.
Not bad. Yeah,
Players
that's
with
not
cartridges.
bad. Yeah, see, I'm
The
from
math
Alabama,
doesn't
so
work
math
here.
doesn't work. It doesn't compute here in Alabama. So,
It's just Alabama.
Matt bad.
well, Mississippi's pretty bad too. But I mean, I'm in Alabama, so I'm just going to talk about Alabama because we are
Okay.
pretty stupid.
Well, hell, I mean,
Know how to play football, though.
That's about it.
This is the first statement I've ever heard from Bomber where self-awareness
Taking
was involved.
They can take
Absolutely.
many hits to the head.
Oh yeah, lots of hits in the head. You don't see concussions around here, man. We're good. They ain't got no brains.
That's terrible, dude.
I know. Well, you know,
It,
it is what it is. You know, I got try to be a little bit lively here.
Yeah, because I'm
Because
we need to
too
we need
quiet,
to,
man.
We need to call.
We're not talking over
911.
each other.
We need to call 911 about Fork. It's really starting to worry me. He's not spoken, and that's really creepy.
Guessing he had a really long day today.
Fuck.
Forky.
Where are you?
I'm here, just nothing to add.
Yeah, there he is. And actually, I'm gonna get you to speak right now. Fork, why don't we take a second? You tell everybody what you've put together for Fork Nation.
I mean, we can do the whole come get them points.
Well,
If you don't know what it is, type it out. And while you're typing that out, we kind of have something going on where someone actually coined a phrase called Fork Night, which kind of fits since we're gonna be playing squads come Friday. You kill one of us on the forking crew, you get a point. At the end of the month, whoever has the most points will get something. Could be Leo nudes, could be battle pass, or whatever. But yeah, you got 5 minutes, 1 point. Type it. If you don't know what it is, well, we're giving away 3 consoles of choice for $500 on December 20th. So type.
Yay! He spoke. I'm so
Yeah, we were
excited.
playing it last night. Got my first victory royale, or however you say
Watch
it.
out, victory.
Do you want to explain to the audience, Fork, about how you've got this server set up and all that good stuff?
Yeah, we still got kinks to work out because apparently some people can't connect to it. But I actually became a creator code for Epic. I don't know what the hell it's called. So I can do my own private servers up to 100 people. We just got to work out the kinks of you connecting to it. But that means you won't be playing with any asshats. You're just playing with us.
The biggest
Which-
ass.
The other
That's-
asshats.
the biggest asshats you got.
So
over
anybody
here.
that's watched us on stream, you do realize how badly we play, and now imagine us playing Fortnite. Now, mind you, I may have to actually hire Nicole to be part of the forking crew, just so we survive.
Yeah,
I'm
y'all
waiting
gonna
for
get a
her to
lot of
come
points.
after
I'm
me
just saying.
for
like,
last night.
Wait. I think you guys underestimate. All right, wait. I think we should all be worth different amount of points or something because I don't see myself dying as much as you guys.
Okay. Well, we're going to be trying it tomorrow night, about 9 o'clock, if you guys want to come out and test it out as we try to work out all the bugs. So if you want to come out, please DM me your Xbox gamer tag so we can get you in. Other than that, you have to be in chat on Twitch when we do it to get any points. And we may do, if someone is better, Ghost, that you may get more points for killing that said person.
Hey, I'm just saying,
Are you flexing on Fortnite right now?
No, I don't know. I don't
He's
play
like-
Fortnite.
On
I got
Fortnite?
$5
I
that
just
says,
I
Ghost
play
goes down
fucking
first.
Modern War, or I play Call of Duty. I play first-person shooters, so like I know what the fuck I'm doing. So
So do
Fortnite
I, but
can't-
hey, as a
No,
first-person shooter person, I still get raped on that game, dude. I mean, if you can't build on that game, it don't matter. You're gonna get shit on.
I mean, I hold my own. I usually kill one person before I get destroyed.
That's right.
Well, that's good.
Usually I kill myself. So that's
Usually,
that's that.
if we do like whenever I've played it, whenever you do the
Blind,
hot
yeah,
drops,
it'll be 1
I'll-
point. So once, and mind you, if you kill all of us and you're still going, we may do it to where the top squad, because we are doing squads, may get something for the victory royale. So form your squads up. We will be doing squads. So get
We're
your
gonna get
squad.
shit
have
on.
to
You
be
know
in
that.
chat.
Right?
Wait,
Yeah, I realize that.
it's only a third-person game, like shooter game, right? Like that's.
I mean,
does it go into
yes.
first?
It
I
does
don't
not
know.
go
really
into
might
first,
want to
no.
fucking play this game for
I don't
someone that's
know.
talking you mad shit.
Once you zoom in, it's kind of like over the shoulder, like Gears kind of is to your third person kind of view, and then other than that, it's just a regular third person shooter that
With
has, yeah, with a lot of buildings. So if you play anybody that can build a freaking Taj Mahal or whatever right in front of you in 2 seconds, you're dead.
Damn.
Snipers are good too.
Now, mind you, I did do some research and found out that a lot of the console players that are really good actually don't use controllers.
Imagine that.
Dun.
Point and click.
Well,
point
I mean-
and click.
Well, I mean, keyboards are a lot easier for key biting. 100.
Oh, it's not. They're not keyboards. They're called mini keyboards with a mouse. I've already looked it up. Have one coming.
I was waiting for
you
that.
do. Of course you do.
I have never played Fortnite, and I've even downloaded it, so I will actually hop on with you guys when we start.
Mind
doing
you,
this,
come
so-
out. It'll be fun. I promise you, you'll at least
Oh,
laugh.
it'll be
Because I
hilarious.
promise you, all of us on the Forking crew rarely play except for Leo, so we might be easy targets. But hey, I mean, those of you that follow us, we usually don't give out crap prizes, so you never know.
Well,
where-
after trying to figure out the servers that other day and then practicing, it's kind of ingrained in my brain now.
Yeah, I mean, Leo's great. You can find him under the stairway, sitting there as you shove a shotgun up his ass.
Nice.
Jesus.
I'm still waiting for female me to come after me.
There's
So,
a female you. That's scary.
What's the next
Nicole,
topic?
she's in
Nicole,
chat.
yeah.
Oh, I definitely got to play now if Leo's in there. Oh yeah.
Well, tomorrow
Cool
night,
thing
9
is,
p.m.
if you come after me, usually
Central,
I'm
we
all
will be
alone.
live.
I've yet to be partnered with anyone in squads.
Nice. Well, like I said, I've downloaded it, so we'll see how it works out over the weekend. Because I've actually got games I've got to play. Matter of fact, I've got one. I got my first review code for a game this week, and I am trying to get the review together for it. Closer to the Sun. Actually, it's pretty cool so far.
It looks interesting from what I've seen of it. Reminds me a lot of Bioshock, but with Tesla.
It does. It's actually pretty interesting. I'm trying to get the video together, get the review up, but I've had a really busy week. So life comes first, sadly. But
Yeah, I was playing on PlayStation on Fortnite last night while they were playing Xbox.
But is that the cut point for the points fork?
Yeah. So come out like actually yeah, so it's time for the 69 points, but the fork night points coming out like Blind Impulse said. PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and I think you can even play cross-platform on mobile. I don't know. I don't play this game, so
Yes, I did, Blind Impulse. Yes, I did.
All right. Now, in other news, Ubisoft, who has taken a huge hit.
I've heard of them.
I think we all have, especially with Ghost Recon. They have decided to add
I have a good
crossplay.
raccoon patch in that.
That's fucking amazing. They have decided to add crossplay to all its PvP games. A little too late or a great idea? What do you guys think?
Well, it's a little late, but it's a good idea. I mean, every game should be
UNLV
cross-platform.
I really didn't realize how popular Rainbow Six was till Obi said it. So, but to me, I don't know. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon, which is fine because I do love it. I do love cross-platform because it's something that should have been done a long time ago. But at the same time, if you're not going to implement it from the day of, it's almost like, okay, well, no one's playing now, so now we have to do cross-platform just so we actually have servers.
They're just trying to make more money, man. That's all it matters.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, it's kind of like, hey, look, we have 3 people here, 3 people here, 3 people here. Hey, if we do cross-platform, we'll have 9.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
business.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And they put out a huge post a couple of days ago. They are going to massively reconstruct Ghost Recon.
In what
So-
way? To make it look good? Feel good?
To make it playable.
Heck, from that thing, it sounded like they were going to make it more realistic like they originally said it was going to be.
But they've
Yeah.
also said it's not going to be anything coming out soon.
Well, of course not. I mean, it's going to be.
My problem is, if it's not soon, within the next 2 months, they can pretty much kiss that game goodbye. Because only the
It
diehard
becomes irrelevant.
will
Well, it's
probably
already
still
on
play.
sale.
I mean,
I saw
sale's not
that.
that big of a deal yet. Hurts your soul a little bit, but I mean, with games coming out as fast as they are, and it's bigger games that come out and whatnot, and you're going to get bypassed. People are going to move on, and then before you know it, your game's going to be on Game Pass, which is not a bad thing. I'm not shitting on Game Pass.
Oh, game past it.
It's just, if you come out and you're actually trying to make money on a game and you get shit on, and then you try to fix it and you get shit on. I mean, look at Anthem. And you play on EA Access now.
Anthem deserves every piece of shit it gets, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, it's almost every game that's launched this year has had problems.
Oh, yeah.
Every last one.
Iron
did.
Man.
There has yet been a AAA title launched where it actually worked correctly. there's been all sorts of issues with every single one of them, and every year it gets worse. And at the end of the day, we can
Isn't
only blame
Outer
ourselves.
Worlds considered a AAA?
That's what I was going to say, because there's actually been a couple
Well,
articles like Outer Worlds.
Obsidian's a pretty big gaming company.
They said that
Is
was
it just
one
the
of the few
multiplayer games that are having problems? And if that's the case, then what's probably the problem with the multiplayer games? They just can't get servers to run correctly in 2019?
Maybe that's it. But
I mean, if you look at every game that's had issues, it's always server, it's always connection, it's always then it goes back to like for Xbox, you know, when you're on there, it's Xbox Live that goes down, PS Plus goes down, you know, it's everything, the infrastructure all the way together is like they don't know how to optimize games for multi-platforms, and that's.
I don't think Mortal Kombat had any problems either. Now that I think about it,
I thought they did. I thought they had some issue.
Nah, I don't think Mortal Kombat did it?
No.
The night that it released. Oh, wait a minute, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 11.
I don't remember anybody saying anything about that one.
It might be the only game this fucking year that's come out without an issue.
Outer Worlds didn't have any issues either.
Oh, I haven't heard anything about that one yet.
I don't think Division 2 had any problems.
I don't think I remember hearing about that.
No, there were some connectivity issues.
They had connection issues and audio issues.
Yeah, and then also had the every now and then would just completely kick you out.
Well, it is Ubisoft.
Yeah, Ubi.
Well, I mean, they're one of my favorite. They're one of my favorite companies, but here in the last few years, it's been kind of
Was it just this year that we're talking about games launching, or just in general?
Yeah.
I mean, this year, definitely.
This year, yeah.
I think this whole gen, man, has been bad.
Did Assassin's Creed Odyssey launch with issues?
Maybe it's just that we realize, hey, look, we can launch it. We can delay it.
It's usually just the multiplayer games that have issues. And there's one game that launched that people didn't know about until the day of, and that's Apex Legends. And that game worked from day one, minute one.
Yeah, actually.
And nobody even knew it was a thing until when they announced it on stream. And they're like, by the way, you can play it now on PS4, Xbox, and PC. And everyone's like, no shit. And they downloaded it, and the servers worked, and it's basically worked since then. It's like the only one that was flawless from the very first minute.
And you know the bad part about that, Rand? There may be a good chance that since Apex Legends has been so popular, we might not get a Titanfall 3 anytime soon.
Yeah, they did say that in their earnings call. Maybe it'll come at some point, but not anytime soon, because Apex Legends is making them all that money. Which is the downfall of some of this stuff of games as a service. It's obviously Apex needs a lot of devs on it to craft these seasons and all that stuff. So it's well, sorry, we can't allow you to put any devs on Titanfall 3, which is what everybody. Well, I'm not gonna say everybody, which is what I want. I want Titanfall 3, but
I love.
I didn't like Titanfall. I hated Titanfall 1. I really, really loved Titanfall 2. That was the first game I played on the Xbox One X.
I don't know why they get so much hate. The Titanfall series. I mean, it just
because it's not Modern Warfare.
I think
Don't you
the
talk
first
shit
one
about Modern
was
Warfare.
because it was just multiplayer only, and I guess everybody wasn't ready for that yet. And then 2, the campaign is phenomenal. And then the multiplayer just got better. And I don't know why it got crapped on, but I mean their servers are still up and running because they use the same ones as what they use for Apex, and they're just flawless. You don't have an issue if you go play online if you need to.
Yeah, and
so I don't know why it gets shit on, to be honest.
Yeah, I really never understood that. And Titanfall 2, like you said, the campaign was incredible for that game, and I mean it ran great, and it's just nobody wanted to play it.
Maybe because of the setting.
And it's freaking longer than 4.5, 5 hours. So that's another bonus. It's a lot longer campaign, and I don't know. It's maybe like you said, maybe it is a setting. Maybe it's just because you wall run and all that.
I personally think it was because the first one was dog shit.
Well, the first one wasn't terrible.
I mean, no, in the general public, the first one, I played the demo of it and had no remote interest in touching that shit at all. And then for some reason, I saw that it was Xbox One X enhanced when I had the X, and I don't remember what possessed me to play it, but I played the campaign on it and absolutely loved it. And then I went back to try to play Titanfall 1, and my opinion of it being dog shit didn't change.
Wow.
Well, the first one didn't even have a campaign, did it?
No,
It had
no.
some
I
multiplayer type shit,
Yeah.
and that's what I don't think what people liked about it. So I think the failure of Titanfall 1 is what was Titanfall 2's downfall.
And they were two completely different type of games.
Titanfall 2 is what Titanfall 1 should have been.
Yeah, I agree.
So you can just skip the first one. I can just
Oh, yeah.
start at the second one. All right.
Yeah, don't even look at the first one because
I think it's entirely different
just
people
throw it away.
too.
And actually, I kind of agree with Jake there in the chat. It released in the middle of Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite. So
And
which
Skyrim
is a-
Special Edition.
Horrible place to release that.
Oh Jesus! You just say Skyrim. Oh,
Special
God.
Edition. It came out the same day.
Freaking
so-
Skyrim came out 15,000 times. That shitty damn game.
Well, that was the 14,999 time.
No shit. How many times
Well
can you
said.
release the game?
Shit.
I mean,
I
especially
guess,
if
well,
I
people
guess as
want to
much
buy
as you
it.
can if it keeps selling like
I bought the
crazy.
game 5
Well-
times, I think.
Oh my
Since
God.
the
god!
As
Special
long as somebody
Edition
buys it.
twice. Because it's been put on Amazon and it's been put on the Switch.
Dude, you can play Skyrim on your fucking toaster by this time. I mean, I think it runs on my blender. I've got a Ninja.
I like
blender
that,
in my kitchen.
Bethesda commercial they made with the dude from Keenan and Peele, where he's playing it on his refrigerator.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you probably can too. They probably got it at Best Buy. You can buy it right now and play Skyrim.
Yeah, I want.
I'm gonna
one of
walk in
those
there
new
and say,
Samsung.
"But can this thing play Skyrim?"
Yep.
That's the only thing I need to know.
And if I hear what's Skyrim, I'm like, "All right, honey, grab the kids, we're leaving." But my commission.
I'm actually surprised they haven't ported it to Apple and Android.
I took an arrow to the knee in Best Buy.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they make a special edition for the next consoles.
Don't tell Todd Howard that, dude. You'll probably end up with.
Oh,
and then he'll-
Well, at least it'll be
definitely
better than
good.
Fallout 76.
Hey,
It's not hard to get
I'm
better.
still trying to get my $12 out of Fallout first. Okay.
you're the only person for it.
Everybody else got their money back.
And let's talk about one of the newer Xbox studios, Ninja Theory. Did
Yeah.
anybody see the post of their new project underway?
No, that
Yeah.
project I think is pretty freaking phenomenal. I think
It's
that's
called-
awesome.
The Insight Project. What are you guys' thoughts on it? Or have you
That people
seen
don't
it?
really care that it's not a game type of deal. That it should just be a game. I think that's what overall gamers are really going to care about.
Yeah, I agree. Like I think
It's your final
like,
answer,
As,
I know. I mean, I think it's badass. I love them as a studio, absolutely. But I just don't think the general public could give two flying fucks.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I've learned something tonight with Obi. Unless it involves poking crap gamer on Twitter, I don't think much interests you, dude.
There's actually a lot. I mean, talking
Okay.
with Rain interests me.
Well, yeah, but that's for a different reason because you remember
In on
those photos.
XCloud,
Hey, how'd you know I was on there?
playing on XCloud,
Yeah,
because that's the only way you play games.
that's not true.
Because you posted on social media would be my guess.
I mean, I am playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey right now.
But speaking of that, why don't you tell everybody what your thoughts are on it, Obi? And Rand, are you in the program?
I am not. I do have console streaming. However, I don't have an Android device that is 6.0, so I currently can't use the console streaming.
And that is the same problem I have.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
not using it either.
Yep, everything Apple.
I have
like, I have
three
an- I have a-
Apple
devices.
makes good
Go
products.
ahead.
I have an iPhone, but Microsoft doesn't want to let us test it on this for whatever reason. I do have an older Android phone, and I've been trying to find a way to update it, but I just can't. So I've just given up. So it's like, all right, well, if I want to test it, I gotta go out and buy some stupid ass cheap Android tablet for a feature that I'm probably never going to use outside of testing it once or twice, so it's not really worth it.
Good point.
I have 2 devices that have it. My old S7, which is when if I'm at home, I'll use it on that, just so I can have my phone. Because one thing I am noticing about it that I don't like is that it is my phone, and I use my phone. And so if I'm gaming for a long period of time with that, of course I'm not responding to text messages, or I'll have shit pop up or stuff like that. So I don't like that, or getting a phone call then right in the middle of doing something. The only things I don't like so far, that's where the do not disturb mode comes in pretty handy on the Galaxy phones. But I actually, the console streaming for me, and remind you that I have the lowest speed tier of Verizon, which they say 480p streaming on it. It does fairly well. It's playable. It's not perfect. Very playable though. I was having yesterday, because for today for some reason I was completely blocked out of it for console streaming wise, but I was able to do xCloud. And I think it was on a console side. I had my wife turn on my console, but I mean that it didn't change anything. And but it worked yesterday. It was working better than xCloud was for me. I went and tried playing Halo on xCloud, and it was doing some screen jitter, or it does like a ton of screen tearing, like if you don't have your VSync on or whatnot. And but then when I went over to the console streaming, I had a little bit of pixelation, but the latency was perfect for the most part. But there were some times like I played for 5 minutes, and all of a sudden I had a huge lag spike where everything got super pixelated, and then it cleared up, and it was totally fine for quite a while. And another lag spike. But if you're at home, it's perfect. If you're in your house, 5G, your Xbox hardwired, it is perfect. Absolutely perfect. The one downside of it is that on the community pages, if you go and look, even if your phone is on its full brightness, you can put your adaptive display on and everything, it's still really dark. And I mean, to where you'd think that your phone was at 50% brightness for every game that you play, no matter what it is. And so that's an issue so far that I've noticed with it. But other than that, I can play Forza just fine. I played a few matches of Call of Duty just fine, or not online matches, of course, story campaign missions. But I was actually going to boot up After Party on it because I figured games like that would be perfect for it too.
Anybody else on the panel actually using it?
Nah.
Not me.
No, iPhone.
Like I said, yeah,
I thought I
Yeah,
was but I
iPhone.
got corrected, no.
And it's not Microsoft holding back the Apple or putting on iOS. It's actually Apple, because they're a bunch of cocksuckers and you shouldn't buy their products.
I like my Apple.
I like my products.
Yeah, I like my
Apple
iPhone.
products. Yes.
I know. I mean, I like the phone. I just don't like Apple. How closed off they are, and they have that same mentality. You need to stay in our system and use only our shit.
Well,
So-
I mean, that's
It's kind of a good business model, right?
Yeah.
Kind of that way with a lot of things, dude. I mean, here's
It's
the
weird that
thing
if you're
about
on an Xbox podcast and you like Apple, that's kind of weird.
it. Not
Why is that
really.
weird?
Why is that weird?
weird?
No, for me, it's just like it's the exclusivity. You need our exclusive apps. You need our exclusive service. You can
Actually-
only use our exclusive gear. But yet, if you have an Android or if you have like a Windows PC, it's more of an open source, so you can do all this shit like this.
And actually, I thought we were a gaming podcast, not an Xbox podcast.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Who here
Well,
on
let's
this
be
panel plays
serious.
PlayStation more than Xbox?
I don't have a PlayStation.
I don't have PlayStation. All my friends have an Xbox, so
I play them all pretty equal.
Yeah, I'm kind of half and half.
Don't get me
My
wrong.
friend just
Yeah.
informed me that I have to give him his PlayStation back because he's like, "Oh, hey, did you see that Last of Us is coming out?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I want my Xbox back or my PlayStation back." It's like, "Oh, okay, go get it. It's in the garage."
Well, that's a nice place to keep it, Obi.
Oh, I tried downloading 6 years worth of updates on it, and it wasn't working out.
Well, yeah, if you don't have them updated, it kind of, makes it a little complicated. And see,
Well, the thing is that my stepdad bought or won this thing at a Seattle Seahawks football game years back in a raffle, which is kind of insane if you win it at an NFL football game when you're at the stadium.
That's badass.
Yeah,
And,
that's pretty cool.
He won it there. It was like shortly after it launched, he won it there, and he hated PlayStation, so he sold it to my buddy. My buddy played Last of Us on it, and then he left for the military, and he left it at his mom's house. And when he got back 6 years later, I was talking about how I was thinking about getting one because I wanted to play some of these games. And he's like, "Oh, why don't you just take the one that's at my mom's house?" And he brought it over, and I tried updating it, and it was struggling. So it was basically a launch PS4 trying to update to what it is now.
But couldn't it also be problems because it was in the garage for 6 years?
Yeah.
With Last of Us inside of it.
Yeah, that
Oh,
may be the
jeez.
issue. That could be a
No,
problem.
it's still in good condition. I mean, there's nothing wrong with
No,
it.
probably not the insides. Electronics don't like heat and cold, like extreme cold and.
Oh
extreme
yeah,
heat.
no, it was in a garage that looked like more of a shack or Jack Shack or something. I don't know.
Yeah, dust and everything else. That PlayStation's probably not happy.
Yep, and moving on from Obi's PlayStation garage, Rand.
Yes.
I know it is a rumor at the moment. This whole thing with Mixer leaving the app, is this going to be a real thing, or is this all just a rumor?
Mixer leave what?
Leaving the app.
What are you
I
talking
mean, I saw the screenshot. Probably true. I mean, I don't actually have any like actual knowledge of it, so I would say it's probably true. And it's gonna make me incredibly sad if I can't hide Mixer on my dashboard, like I currently can. Where they let you pin certain things like the store and Game Pass and all that stuff, and I removed everything except the store because I don't want to see Mixer. I'm sorry, I just don't want to watch Mixer on my console,
I'm with
and
you
I really
there.
don't want to Mixer in general. The only person who, in my opinion, is worth watching on Mixer is Shroud. And they just recently got him from Twitch. So to me, it's just like I know they're probably going to force it down our throats just because they have an investment in Mixer and they want people to be able to see it. But I like the idea of them giving us the option to not have it. But if it's built right into the dash, I can't imagine them then giving you the option to hide it. So
Now, if it's
I'll
built
have
right
to
into
wait-
the dash, is that going to count as viewers for these streamers?
probably, maybe.
So is that a way to inflate like Ninja and Shroud that
Well, now
their
you're
numbers
thinking
aren't
with
really looking?
portals. Now you're thinking with portals, Obi.
No, I just that clicked in my head that because their numbers really are struggling in comparison to what they did over in Twitch. So I mean, if they have, X amount of million consoles turn on, and all of a sudden you just see a huge spike of
Yeah, but
millions of
I'm not
people
sure that
watching
many people will be watching. They'll just slide over the tab or whatever it is. We have to actually see what it is first too, because I just saw, the screenshot that Obi sent, and we'll have to see how that works out. What their new built-in Mixer dashboard really is.
I'm curious if, kind of like what Obi said, I'm curious if they'll set it up kind of like Steam is. Because on Steam, if you go play a game, you have to go into your settings for broadcast. If you actually set it up, every time you play a game, people can watch you play, whether you realize it or not. I wonder if it'll be set up the same way as Steam.
Maybe, but wouldn't that also put a lot of tax on your system and also your internet that you don't know about?
I don't know, but it seems like
I'm
it
wondering
would
if
though.
I'm wondering if it's going to autoplay that stream and it's going to hurt the speed of the UI right now. I'm seriously curious about that. If it's going to be autoplaying those streams and count as viewerships, because they could play that off to invest or advertisers who are paying for their shit to be seen, and all of a sudden they just see, oh shit, Ninja's got 32 million people looking at his Red Bull machine behind him. So then he goes to them and says, hey, this many people saw it, so pay up.
Like I want my Xbox to be an Xbox, not a freaking mixer machine. I mean, I don't understand a purpose for it for us as consumers. Because I'm sorry, it's not for streamers. It's just to inflate, like you said, inflate numbers for people that are actually not watching. It's just kind of stupid.
And does anybody else here even play on Steam?
I do. I mean, I have a
That's,
PC.
that's
I've played some
computer
Steam
shit, right?
games, but
Yeah,
that's
computer
computer.
shit, guys.
Yeah, no, man.
I don't have really enough games to play.
I don't
on.
even use a computer.
Yeah, because see, on Steam, if you go into your settings, you can set it to where only people on your friends list can watch you play, or you can set it to just anybody can see you play. It will actually post it in the library when people look up the game you're playing.
yeah.
What the
But
hell?
what if I want them to just come watch me on Twitch?
Then you can
Well,
do it
you
that
can
way.
do both, actually. You can actually set it, and people can actually go and watch it on there. But, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I personally think that this whole them going to Mixer and everything, I just think is funny because I mean, Shroud had 70,000 the one day, and then somebody said that he's now only averaging like 12, 13,000. But then the people that are on Twitch are still averaging 40 to 50,000. So it's like, yeah, you're going there, but the thing was last week we talked about it, that they talked about that they have more viewers than YouTube and Twitch, but then when you actually dug in the article, it actually talked about that they're not watching as much as the people on YouTube and Twitch. It's like, so you have viewers, but they're not watching anything. So what are they doing?
It's
like,
what
great.
are the viewers doing then?
Yeah, it's like, great, you have viewers, but they're not watching your content. So
Maybe they're counting the streamers.
no, I mean according to them, they have more viewers online than Twitch and YouTube last month, is what it showed. But then when you looked at it, they were averaging less views per minute, or however they count it out. And so it's like, so they're you have viewers, but they're making accounts and they're not watching anything. It's like, what are they doing when they get into your system? So I don't know. To me, I'm like Bomber. If I want my stuff to do that, I'll buy a fucking computer that will do all that. I buy an Xbox to play games, and that's it.
Yep.
Like the whole SAD that people make fun of, I'm fine with it not having a CD because I don't buy digital, or not digital, but I don't buy hard disk. So to me, yeah, I buy it just to play with my friends, just to play with my kids.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a gaming console.
yeah, I guess it's because I'm old school. I played Nintendo for years. I mean, I shoved other Nintendo games to keep my Nintendo thing down because the spring broke. So
This is another reason why Sony has done so well, because they're not throwing other shit at people.
and see, what's
to
funny though
cover
is,
up the gaming console. Like, they just like, this is a gaming console.
yeah,
It may
and
do other
see,
things.
the PS3 did that though. The PS3 was this, oh, it'll do everything, and then when the PS4 came out, they're like, no, it's just a gaming console. And Xbox 360 was like, no, we're a gaming console. And then they switched, and it's like, so you saw they didn't do well, so you decided to go ahead and do what they do.
Yep. I mean, that's just, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's just my 2 cents. I could be wrong.
You're not wrong. It's your own opinion.
Right.
All right. This has been the easiest podcast we've ever done because everybody, I'm not having to fight with anybody to keep everybody on topic. This is kind of weird. This is
Gotta
really
get some
sad.
heated stuff. You need to get some more heated stuff. That's what we need.
I'm jacked up on caffeine, and I think everybody else is half asleep or taking NyQuil. So this is really.
I'm
odd.
drinking coffee right now.
I'm smoking pot.
Well, duh. Come on, guys. Who doesn't know that?
I mean,
If you've
Yeah,
ever
that's
listened to
kinda
our
obvious.
podcast, we knew. Everybody knew. But
I'm just saying. We're
Secrets
gonna talk
out.
about Vice.
and Microsoft revises its Xbox All Access program. So, how many people are going to hate on this? I know we were talking about it before we went on the air. What
I
you
mean,
guys
me,
thoughts?
I think it's a good thing. I mean, not many people have the money to throw down $500, $600, $700, $800, or $1,000. How much these damn consoles are going to cost? So,
Or they could do it the easy way, just come hang out in our podcast and type the number 69 when we ask for it, right?
well, yeah, but I'm not giving out a Scarlet though. So,
Nobody said you
'Cause-
fucker.
Well, I mean, not, but
Willie's flexing.
I'm flexing hard, like
Flexing
he's
hard
"Really
like a
sucking
motherfucker."
you, bitch?
sounds like a
What's
future
up?"
giveaway. Just saying. But I mean, to me,
It could be.
I mean, why not? Why not make a layaway system or a credit system to where, hey, you're making some more money and you're actually allowing people to buy your console that's going to be outrageously priced because, well, it's a new console. So, I mean, I like
and
the idea. I'm not
They
saying I'm going
started
to do
that
it.
a couple years ago.
Yeah, and didn't it not do
Or a
well?
year
That's why they
ago.
got rid of it or
Oh, it's
something? I mean, I
because
could
you
be
had-
wrong, but
The
didn't
reason
it
it didn't
fail?
do well is because you had to go to a Microsoft store. You couldn't do it
Oh, yeah,
online.
Bomber mentioned that, yeah.
That was
And
that
like,
was
there's
my
not
whole-
that many Microsoft stores, so a lot of people were shit out of luck. And like, usually the closest one's like 2-3 hours away, and people aren't going to want to drive all that way just to get a layaway
denied.
on an Xbox. Yeah,
Well,
or
mind you-
denied.
Yeah.
Like, run my credit. Oh shit.
Because most people that
Yeah,
get
and-
layaways, they don't.
And
worry
mind you,
about
these are
credit.
still done on your credit, so if you don't have good
Exactly.
credit, you're still not going to get one. This is not
Or
Walmart
you're going to
layaway.
be paying way more.
No, I mean, you're going to pay an interest rate, which could be anywhere from 5% to 20%. So by the time you get done, that $1,000 console is going to cost you $1,500.
What are they doing?
But-
Payday loans for consoles
Well,
now? What are you
No,
talking
it's
Well,
about?
no,
zero. I thought it was
this-
zero interest.
No, this one is 0%.
I think it's zero interest if you
It's
have
zero.
the right
You
credit.
don't
Zero
pay-
interest
Yeah,
in general.
I did the math.
Yeah, because
like,
you can't be approved for it without, like, you can't, if you just don't get approved, you just don't get approved. You don't get like a tier, like, oh, you get 19% interest. Like, no, it's just you prove or you're not. And you can, the good thing is, I personally think, is like, for, like, we now know it's definitely the Scarlet's coming out in November. That's just the 100% guaranteed at that point. Now we just need to know the day.
I know if you go that route for an X, it'll be $734 after you're all done.
Couldn't you see what Bomber was just talking about?
Okay, so wait a second. 0% interest, but a $400 console is going to cost double.
Well, no, it comes.
Technically, it's a $500
No, technically-
console, and it comes with 2 years of Ultimate as well.
Yeah, so it does. It offsets the cost. You're actually saving money by doing it that way. You're
Yeah,
saving.
they've done the math. You actually save
Like-
$100
yeah,
by doing it like this.
because you're
And
not
if-
just getting the console.
And you're getting 2 controllers.
I mean, you get one controller, you get 2 years of Ultimate, you get the
Can't they
console.
just do like a V2 Pro model?
I
No,
mean,
you'd
I don't
still
want
be
the
paying
standard
for it because I can get a Xbox One X off of Amazon for $419.
You can get one new for $399. That Gears one off
Yes, I
Microsoft
mean,
Store.
Even
No,
with
but what I'm saying is that when you do all that, you're not
They
just
already
getting a
dropped $100?
console. They're giving you the 2
They have a
years of
sale going
Xbox Live and 2 years of Game Pass Ultimate with it.
isn't Game Pass Ultimate get Xbox Live?
Yes.
Well, I'm just saying they're giving you 2 years of all of that, and the controller is part of what the deal is. So you end up saving money by buying it that way. It's longer out, but you can pay it off anytime you wanted. But for the deal, you're saving money. No matter how you look at it or price it out, or whatever, you save money.
Couldn't you imagine, though, having bad credit? You go in and apply for this thing, you're like, well, we're sorry, sir. Your credit's not good enough. You're only at 580, so we're going to give you the console, but you get no internal parts with it.
Can I
You
have
get
this
a
display
shell.
model?
You get the shell, and we'll give you a box. That's about it. That'd be terrible, man.
You can take photos of it and show it online.
Yeah. You get the posted on Twitter package.
Crap gamer goes to Best Buy and gets denied.
The interesting thing about that
knew.
whole is that if you get the X, like, and you make 12 payments on it, you can go and take it back, and they'll give you the Scarlet day one. Of course, then I think you roll over and you basically have to sign another 2-year contract. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's an interesting way to try to get new people into it, because this is basically a program for people, because nobody's going to sign, like, for instance, me. I'm not going to sign up for this to get an X because I already have one, because I want to be able to trade it in and get a Scarlet next year. Like, I'm just going to buy the Scarlet. So the real question for me is this going to also be offered for the Scarlet outside of you need to pay for the X for 12 months or the S for 18? I think it was like if you went with the S, or the SAT edition, it was 18 months of payments, and then you could upgrade.
Yeah, the S and the SAT are
Yeah,
both
they're
18
they're
months.
both 18 months. Yeah,
Yeah, the X was 24 months, I believe.
No, they're all 24.
they're all 18.
Yeah,
but
the
they're doing
X
a 12 for that.
is 12 months if you upgrade to the Scarlet.
And it's being done
with
by
the
through
2-year.
Amazon.com, so it has a wider presence for sure than the Microsoft Store.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering when they'll announce like individual, like a year from now when it's October and the system comes out November 15th, are we going to start hearing about, hey, you can finance this at Amazon? Or, like that's where this like kind of deal would really come to fruition, because I don't think most of us or anybody listening here is going to be like, I'm going to go get it today because I want to upgrade to Scarlet, because we all have X's. I'm assuming most of us do, at least.
Bomber doesn't.
I don't.
So
Yeah, I do.
okay, well maybe Bomber, maybe
Damn it, I do
you're
have an
perfect
X.
for this.
I'm the one without the X on this.
I was gonna say,
I'm guessing.
He doesn't have a 4K
Wilmy's
TV,
got
right?
like
Is that what it is?
17.
Yeah, I don't have a 4K TV either. I have an 18.5 inch 720p TV, I believe.
Man, you need to make that upgrade to the. I got an OLED 55 inch, and it's gaming.
I saw one of those at Best Buy the other day.
Never-
It's like, oh, Ori and the Blind Forest looks really good on this.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
somebody
games
wants to
look
send me an OLED, that'd be great.
incredible. Gaming looks incredible. But yeah,
It
so
was like night and day.
it's a good deal for people that want it. We'll see if they offer the Scarlet separately at some point. I think they should. I think that would be a bigger deal.
I think they will, just
But
because
that's my take. But they probably can't say yet, because that means they're giving away the price, right?
That's true.
They can't tell
Yeah.
you what like the monthly payments would be, because people would figure out what the price of the Scarlet is, and they don't want to give away that information yet. I'm assuming Scarlet is going to be like $500.
Don't want to say that on the show floor before putting it out.
No,
Yeah,
see,
it'll
if
be
I wonder if you already
$39.99 a
have,
month.
if you already have a credit card. Let's say if you had a credit card account with Amazon, if you'd already be pre-approved for those payments for it.
Probably a separate company.
Well, I mean, it is
No,
through
it's
Citizens one line of credit,
Citizen One.
so
not
it
through
is
Amazon.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Amazon themselves. It's like getting a PlayStation card or credit card. It's
God,
got
if they had
PlayStation
one of
on
those.
it.
Shit.
Yeah.
Mind you, my only wonder is it's 0% interest, so how's the company making money? I mean, it's a credit company that's actually doing it, so there's got to be something written somewhere that
Yeah, there's
they're not
something
telling
in
you.
there.
I think it is for companies. $30 a month from your install base is a lot better than all the money in a lump sum.
Well, from a marketing standpoint, it's a smart move because a lot of people, they'll go for layaways and stuff like that and financing.
For me, it'd be perfect. I sold so much shit to get the X.
What you do?
Sold my Oculus headset with all of its sensors. Sold one of my PC monitors. Sold one of my Xboxes and 2 controllers. Yep.
Oh, also the just so you know that the upgrade option is only valid until December 31st of this year. So that gives you that 12-month window.
What's the next topic there, Wilmy?
Well,
Oh, I thought everyone was going out.
I know it got really freaking quiet when I talked. I was like, "Well, all right, I'm an idiot."
No, I went through
Doesn't
the
make you an idiot just
entire
because you speak. Doesn't make
terms
you
and
an idiot.
conditions, and it's 0% interest. There is
Oh,
no
yeah.
other thing tied, which makes no sense on how a bank can do this and make money.
It's probably something to do with
There's
Microsoft
somebody's-
allowing them to do it, and so there's some type of contractual thing they have probably that Microsoft will pay them whatever because of them doing their. I mean, it has to be something behind the scenes. I mean, it's not going to be for like we're not paying anything extra, so somebody has.
Someone's
to pay.
paying something somewhere. Just
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
sure it's Microsoft paying, because Microsoft wants people to get the system and then kind of get them in the ecosystem with Game Pass. That's why they give you 2 years of
Absolutely.
Ultimate.
Yeah, they don't want a repeat of
So
this
they-
generation.
So they're
Yeah.
probably willing to pay the bank if they have good credit and make all the payments, some fee to basically get them in the ecosystem.
You know how badass it would be to be a console like repo guy. Oh god.
I'm here to take your ex.
Yeah, you really get shot. Shoot.
Hand it up, buddy. You're gonna
I
shoot
shoot my
me with
Yeah,
your
I'm more
plastic.
going with-
repo today.
You walk in and then you find out someone took a shit on the thing. You're like, nah,
You're-
no, I'm not
you're
repoing
really-
it.
You're really gonna be on CNN for shooting some dude over an Xbox?
Yeah.
Think about this.
Dude, I've seen people. I've seen a lot of news feeds out there that people have shot people for less, like $20, and shot.
Some dude drove his pickup into a Chick-fil-A because they messed up his order.
See,
Drove his
exactly.
truck right
So
in
they're
the face.
stupid
Yeah,
people.
chicken sandwich.
It's good
Where's your
chicken,
car?
man. No, it's good.
It is good chicken.
I've never had it.
It's
Probably
better than
never will.
Popeyes.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy. What? You like Popeyes?
All right.
no.
Chicken's
From
great.
gaming to
You just-
chicken.
That's
no
right.
shit, and we're not going to get into chicken. All right, Kotaku or Kataka, however the fuck you pronounce it.
Kotaku.
Kotaku.
Kotaku. What is going on over there? Have anybody
They're
seen-
done. Right?
Has anybody
When you
seen-
delete your people's posts, I mean, kind of creates a little bit of hate and anger. So
And I know that a lot of gamers are really, not paying attention to a lot of these so-called journalists anymore because some of the shit they write. But I think these guys may be in a little bit of trouble.
the problem though
Yeah.
is a lot of the journalists like to also not just talk about games, and that's why I don't read a lot of stuff, because they also like to put in their political thought or their biased thought of, oh, well, PlayStation's better. Well, why? Because I said so. Oh, okay, well, fuck you. And, I mean, yeah, journalism is a little bit opinionated, but at the end of the day, yeah, if you're going to start... If your company says, hey, you're not writing this shit anymore, you're doing this, at the end of the day, you got to do what they say or find a new job. But deleting stuff that people post on your website, yeah, I mean... It's going to create people not wanting to come to your website. Then when you have ads that autoplay and you're just sitting there watching and all of a sudden ads are all over the place, it kind of brings into question of,
Yeah, that's annoying as hell.
if I have to watch an ad, then that means you need money. So what's going on that you need money?
You're
They get new
money or
owners?
they just want more.
Isn't that the whole thing? They got new owners and
Yeah, somebody bought them out and then they wanted them to change some stuff, only talk about sports and
Politics.
No, they didn't want them to talk about politics. And
But
then
that's mainly what they end up talking about is politics.
Yeah.
That's what it
and then
was.
apparently then their ads started. You go to their website and there's ads that just autoplay.
I honestly
I-
don't really go to that website. I've read
I don't either.
the
I don't.
Anthem piece, and that was about it.
Yeah, I don't follow a lot of Kotaku stuff.
Or
I
the
don't know.
Bioware piece.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm the norm or the few, but just I don't know.
I don't.
I'll read stuff that Wilmy sends me here and there for this podcast, and there's other stuff I'll read, but Kotaku's not really one of them.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them either.
Yeah, Wilmy introduced me to a lot of them this week.
I mean, I know that Jason guy
Hell.
for Kotaku, he's brought up a lot of hate on the fact that I guess if you disagree with him on Twitter, he'll block you.
Oh yeah, he will block you.
Well, there's a lot of people like that, and that's an issue. That's just
Yeah, but I
I
mean,
don't know.
to me, that speaks a lot about your company. If you're just willing to block people left and right
Oh,
because they
of course.
disagree with you, it's like, well, that's their opinion. Just because they disagree with you doesn't mean you have to like completely block them.
But he is always right.
a child.
And did you
Yeah.
see the ad that Game Pass put up a few days ago? That
No.
had his picture in it. Oh God, Obi, weren't you the one that sent me that or tagged me in it? Game Pass they went up underneath his picture and goes, "Yeah, we didn't have to pay this guy," and it was.
Oh,
they got
yeah.
his-
That was hilarious.
That was
Uh-huh.
funny. They were dead on with that one. We didn't have to pay this guy.
I forgot that was that guy.
Yep, that was him. But yeah, man, I've been reading a lot of stuff the last couple of days about these guys, man, and their journalists.
Was that Uptown? Was that you talking about the Uptown getting bitch slapped by Game Pass? Is that what that was?
Yeah. Obi
Yeah,
is evil.
when I first heard about Kotaku, I thought it was like a place for anime and manga. I didn't realize it was a gaming place.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That's kind of true.
Yeah,
It was just bad. It was just bad. They just have bad views, and they try to push their views on everybody without just being it, a gaming journalist site. It just ended up being a political nightmare mess that they just wanted to get clicks and share crap that was false. And yeah, it's just a pathetic website, in my opinion.
That's why I've said ever since we started this podcast months ago, leave politics out of gaming. Don't mix the two.
Absolutely.
Well, don't mix anything. If you're gonna game. Don't worry about anything else. If you're
Shouldn't
gonna
mix
play, do
alcohol.
sports. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yep.
I work in the OR. We talk about all sorts of things, but there's certain things we don't talk about. Religion and politics, they stay out. So
Smart move.
I wish my work had that, man. Jesus Christ.
So I mean,
Mine
well, I
does
mean,
because I'm the owner and most of my clientele are dead. So,
yeah, I mean, so I mean, you don't want to be arguing with a surgeon or a surgeon get pissed off while he has a scalpel in his hand, and all of a sudden now you're like, well, why did he cut the knee off? Well, he tried to stab me.
Woomy's laughing, but he's crying on the inside.
not at all, trust me.
I have the best clients in the world. They're 6 feet under.
Not when we first get there, they're not.
Oh, my God, man.
Yes.
The question is, are they warm?
Oh, jeez.
Depends. And we don't.
How hot it is.
Depends on if the AC's broke. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons. It's fucking hot down here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just imagine.
All right, next topic.
Actually, next topic. You fuckers decided to wake up an hour, almost 2 hours into the podcast, and we're about to end this shit now because I don't want to torture everybody in the chat anymore. Because we've actually drug it out for an hour and 40 minutes. So.
Well, they're still here, so they must like it, right?
And poor Rand is probably bored out of his mind by now.
No. I'm good. I could keep talking, but like I don't want to. I don't like taking over shows. It's not my show. I don't want to step on your toes or like anybody else's toes.
You are not stepping on my toes. So give us your thoughts, Mr. Thor.
What do you want my thoughts on?
First, Rand, I don't listen to your podcast because of what you talk about. I just like listening to the sound of your voice.
I told you, Rand.
Obi, you're getting that space where it's starting a little weirding me out a little bit there.
I'm messing with you, man. God,
you're getting a little weird.
It is getting very weird.
We all know I love Colt's voice way better.
Colt's got an incredible voice. Come on. There's no denying that.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking. My wife even said when she first listened to one of his videos, she's like, "Oh my God, his voice." I was like, "I know."
Cowards is so good.
I'm getting this weird mental image, and I'm really not going to. I'm not going to say what it is. Okay, but go ahead. Give us your
We were
thoughts,
eating
Rand.
Panda Express when she said that. Man, come on.
God.
What in particular do you want my thoughts on?
Anything you want to throw out, dude?
Anything that I want to throw out. So, what shall we talk about? You want to talk about XO19?
Yes, I want to know what your thoughts are on what this big surprise is going to be.
Oh, I think it's going to be bigger than XO18, for sure. A few of my friends are actually getting flown out there by Xbox.
Oh.
Full trip paid, hotels paid. So they are flying creators out there, flying media out there, which they didn't do for XO18. So that already says much bigger event, right?
Up.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely going to be bigger than XO18, but I don't think it'll be as big as E3. I mean, maybe they've kind of listened to the criticisms about how E3 was done, and maybe they change it a little bit for XO. I hope it's not a Game Pass commercial like how XO18 was. Hopefully they kind of like rewrite the script so it's not like in your face like last year's. But I expect it to kind of be a celebration showing you, the upcoming games that Microsoft is putting out in 2020, and there's quite a bit of them. I think you're going to have more games released from them probably in a single calendar year than like ever before. You're going to have like Bleeding Edge come out. You're going to have Minecraft Dungeons. You're going to have Flight Simulator. Obviously, Halo Infinite is launching at Scarlet. You're going to have Master Chief Collection on PC continuing to be released. I think they just released like the final flight update today for PC and Xbox.
Have they released Reach yet for it?
Final flight for Reach was today, so I think they'll officially release it soon. What else is I think Psychonauts 2 is supposed to be coming out next year. Wasteland 3. I know there's those are a lot of smaller games for sure. Like they're not really on the level of Halo. But so the first party should be there showing off what? And I think the big question is, will Ninja Theory's new game be there? Like, are they going to tease the project from the Hellblade team? That's kind of still up in the air. And as always, is Playground going to be there? Will they tease Fable?
I think a teaser, just a screenshot or some sort, just saying what it is and some music. I think that's all that we're going to get. And I'll be so happy about that. And I think the same thing with Ninja Theory's thing. We're just going to get a short little snippet.
I would be thrilled to see a new Fable. But
yeah, I mean, funny thing is they bought the best company to do a new Fable. They just have to get them working on it with Obsidian. I think they would do a great Fable.
Well, Playground, I believe is the ones that are doing it. Supposedly, it hasn't.
Oh yeah, I know people have been saying that for a while, but if you go by RPGs, Obsidian would be the best bet.
Yeah, they probably make a good one. So we'll just have to wait and see. I do think it'll be bigger. Hopefully, it'll be better.
Oh.
I mean, if you're Microsoft and you're paying for people to fly out there and paying for their hotels,
there's something
that says to me you're expecting something.
Maybe they will release a price on the Scarlet.
No, I don't think.
I don't think they would.
I think it's going to be an xCloud. I think there's gonna be a huge xCloud portion of it where they're because there were some pictures of, I can't remember what his name is, but they're wearing space suits, and it was for xCloud, like they were filming a video for it, and I think that's gonna have big presence. They're either gonna release it to more people, add more games. I personally hope that they add Forza to xCloud, because I think that was one that that whenever they would show anything for it, it was always Forza was always there. So why would you put Killer Instinct instead of Forza on that list? Kind of blew my mind. But I think they're going to add that and quite a bit of other games, maybe some third-party games.
Sure, they'll talk about xCloud. I don't think we'll see Scarlet or hear about a price. I think they'll mention it, and I don't think we'll get any new information. Like they'll be like, "Oh, blah blah, it's coming next year." Like I don't think they're.
You think they'll mention the supposed Lockhart?
No,
they could be announcing a new company too. They bought big one.
Yeah, they could announce new acquisitions. Phil's talked about adding a Japanese studio. I would not be surprised if that's announced there. Maybe even another studio. It's just people just keep your expectations in check. You don't want to go crazy and be like, oh, it's going to be this, and all this stuff, and then watch it, and it ends up being, a disappointment, and then you kind of just psyched yourself out. But I think it should definitely be better than last year's for sure. And if it's worse, then oh my god,
yeah. I mean, they couldn't afford for this to be worse than last year's. I mean, I think it's going to be better. I think we're going to get a better look at things of what's coming to beginning of 2020, because I think that's what everybody doesn't understand. Like all these other companies pulled out of the first quarter of 2020. All PlayStation games got pulled, except for currently Final Fantasy and one other game that I can't think of off the top of my head, but then Ubisoft, pushed their games out. So I think Microsoft has a big window that they could easily throw in quite a few games from these, studios that they have, regardless of it. I know some people, with Aaron Greenberg saying, you'll be on the edge of your seat. Is this just saying they're going to show more about Bleeding Edge? They may. They'll probably just give a announcement of when it's coming out. But I also believe if they're going to tease whatever the Hellblade team's working on.
Doesn't that Bleeding Edge come out early next year?
Well, I mean, currently there's not a date for it, but I
Oh.
believe that we will get a date for it because I mean it's still in testing alpha right now. So I feel like, yeah, it'll be beginning of next year definitely. I mean, because it's pretty freaking polished as it is.
I hope when it comes to games that we do not see anything that we've seen before.
I would love some new
That would be a
games.
blessing.
Like you're
So
going
you want
to
new-
see
you-
Battletoads.
So you want new trailers,
Nope.
is what you're saying, or new
I want
gameplay?
new teasers. I want teasers. I don't need gameplay. I want teasers about stuff.
All right,
And
Fort,
to come.
send Obi pictures of you topless. He wants teasers.
No.
I can even do them with tassels.
Ooh, nice. See, there you go.
And
You
a
got
wig.
teasers.
But yeah, but teasing games is going to be great. I mean, that gives everybody hype of what is to come, and I think that's what I think everybody's going to be excited for with this XO if they do it right. Like Obi says, just like tease me with something. You don't have to show me gameplay because half the time they don't show gameplay. They show freaking a CGI trailer that has nothing to do with the game looks like.
Has anybody heard anything about Beyond Good and Evil 2?
It's probably
nope.
going to be pushed back too because Ubisoft pushed everything else back.
I mean, they pushed back Skull and Bones.
Well, Skull
that
and
actually
Bones
looked good.
is much- I feel like that's like going
It's
to
a
be
done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next thing I have a feeling the next thing we're gonna hear is, "Hey, so yeah, we moved everybody from that to something else." Because
I was
The new
kinda-
Pirate Assassin's Creed game.
I was sort of intrigued by Beyond Good and Evil 2. That looked pretty entertaining, and I've not heard anything else about it, and I can't find anything else on it.
well.
I think that's a next gen game for sure.
Yeah.
What
more than
what
likely.
about that other game that like you're like a weird looking like Ewok looking thing that jumps
Biomutant?
around supposed to be an RP? There you go, that thing. Like we're like that was supposed to be this year supposedly, and like that's definitely not.
Yeah. It was supposed to come out, I think, early this year.
Isn't Biomutant available?
It's like
I thought Bobby was out.
no.
No.
Biomutant. Wasn't that
It's
the
a
game? Isn't that
exclusive to
turn-based
Xbox.
It has like a
Technically.
little scroll raccoon thing that like
No, it's a RPG
Go figure. It's a
semi-open
raccoon.
open world. Like it's like it is. It's like a weird.
it's kind of like,
Like-
that game the Psychonaut people brought out. That last one. What the hell was it called? Rash or
Rad.
Rad, that's it. Like where
Oh,
you get
you're
the,
like
like
Rash. I'm like, no, man, I don't have one.
no, you get those abilities. You know how that you just when you kill enemies, you can get the abilities from them. The
Yeah, it's
Biomutant's
like-
kind of like that.
It's like Toxic Avenger, but as a kid.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I think
And
there's
the-
a lot of games that we're gonna see come soon. Like all those indies that were shown 2 years ago that have yet to even come out or even be talked about again. Like that's another thing that kind of bothers me. There's so many games that were shown, never even been talked about for years now. Like it's kind of
Yep. So we will find out in a few days. Exactly.
Hey,
what
man.
I'm hoping
Xbox 19
Xbox
has
gets
in
more
store.
JRPGs. I'm hoping they announce that at least.
But if
That'd
they
be
do,
cool.
if they do acquire a Japanese studio, which studio do you think it may be?
Sega.
Small one.
No, I doubt Sega.
I doubt it would be Sega.
And
Be
it
a
won't
small-
be from software because they're mainly
Sony
with
said that they
PlayStation.
were also wanting to recruit more, so I don't know. It seems like it's gonna be just one of those massive buy as many companies as you can type thing to support PS Now and Game Pass.
It might be. They might surprise us with the people that made Nier. And we're going to make Scalebound.
Platinum Games.
Yeah, because
Really?
aren't they their own company?
Yeah, they're
Okay,
independent.
Well, think
I-
about how much of a surprise would be if they got them and then
Sure,
brought Scalebound out. Or you know,
I'd agree with you that getting Platinum Games would be big, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah,
I think small. I think you're thinking about a smaller Japanese studio for them. Like I don't think Microsoft's going to buy a Platinum Games or Sega or any like Capcom or any of that stuff. It'll be a small one. And hey, if it is one of those, great. But set
I was
your
just thinking it would be
expectations.
like a surprise, you know.
It's
I don't-
probably
I don't-
gonna be small buy like Double Fine was, and that'll fit what they're looking for.
I don't
Might
think they
be
would buy a huge one
Grasshopper. No, they wouldn't. I don't
Just-
think he would do it.
just because the Xbox sells more consoles here in the U.S. than they do overseas. I don't think it would be. Yeah, I just don't think they would put that kind of money into a major company.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you're right. Probably on that.
If they had a bigger market overseas, they may. So, because me personally, I could care less about a JPRG.
JRPG.
But whatever.
Yeah,
See,
whatever.
that's how much I care.
It's not even that serious.
I'm
Calm down.
honestly not too worried about
Upside
Xbox
down,
getting the
it's upside down,
JRPGs
it's
because
all
I have
the
a
same shit.
PlayStation.
Well,
so
who is the team that made Lost Odyssey?
that was just one of the creators of Final Fantasy. I don't remember what company they went under.
Because I can see that being, maybe that company. Heck, I don't know what they've done here.
I don't even
lately,
think
but,
that company's around
there's-
anymore.
I
'Cause I
thought
don't
they
think
were.
Lost Odyssey did good at all. Because I think they made Blue Dragon too with Akira Toyama, if I remember right.
I
The creator of
think-
Dragon Ball Z.
I think you're right, Leo.
Yeah,
But I don't think they're around
Mistwalker
anymore.
and Free Plus. That's right. Mistwalkers who developed,
And Google is an
Yeah.
amazing thing.
ain't it?
All right. On that note, we are going to call it, folks. It has been a long day for everybody on the panel. So we didn't have the normal energy we normally have. I know I've had a long day. Fork is evidently surfing midget porn. Bomber was actually on his game. Leo is Leo. Obi,
Yo.
he was just happy we had Rand because he's trying to.
Obi
Yeah,
was
I'm sorry
Obi
he showed
was
up.
much more talkative than last week.
Gotta bring my A game. I got the Randall fucking Thor here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's right.
That's the only reason Obi spoke. And Ghost, he was here.
Which is
So-
weird because when Dealer was here, I was like a ghost. He kept saying, "Hey, Obi, you awake there?" I was just like, "Yes."
Yeah, that's the weird part. So now Dealer's going to be upset, man, because he thought you had a crush on him. So
Cheating on
Oh,
him with
he knows.
Randall.
He knows what's up.
that is so fucking creepy. Anyway, let's do the let's start with our special guest, Rand. Tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
Well, thanks for having me on, Wilmy. You can find me on my YouTube channel, RandallThor19, YouTube.com. All the information there is like Twitter and all that stuff in the description, so all the videos. So, yeah, if you want to check it out, that'd be great. If you don't, it's up to you,
And if you have not seen him and Jez, definitely check out the show, man. They're awesome together.
We'll be doing, hopefully, one tomorrow. Jez is going to have a lot to say about BlizzCon and Death Stranding, going to PC and stuff. So, hopefully, it's a spirited conversation.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be.
Hopefully.
Yeah, not like tonight, huh? All right, Fort. Tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
You can find me at Forkboy Gaming on Twitter and Forkboy Gaming on Twitch, where I stream with the Forking crew and kind of just mess around. So come out, watch us. Like I said, we'll be running a private server on Fortnite. Kill one of us, get a point. From there, who knows what'll happen. May get nude porn, may get Game Pass, may get something. But at the end of the month, we'll do something. So come out, have fun.
All right. Bomber, where can everybody find you? And I'm waiting for Fort to answer this one.
So I'm waiting. That's why I was trying to be a little bit silent. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter, HRBomber1414, and then of course you can find me on PSN and also Xbox Live at HRBomber. Then of course you can find me every time, or at least every time I can, with the Forking crew, at least in chat on there. Every time we go online and play some games and have fun. Hopefully tomorrow and on that we have some people out there killing us in Fortnite and taking points, and yeah.
Yeah. All right, Leo.
Well, thanks for having me on my first Gaming Beyond the Box podcast, and probably my last since I haven't played Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Not at all.
You can find me at Leonidas1084 Twitter and everywhere else. I hang out with the Forking crew, stream with them, or in their chat. Thanks for coming out, everyone.
All right. And I can already tell you where you can find Obi. if you're on Twitter, you know where you can find Obi. Wherever you can find Crap Gamer, you find Obi.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say at Randall's window.
I was getting to that. Obi, tell me where they can find you, dude.
Oh, you already told him. I mean, no, you can find me on Twitter. Lately, I've been mainly posting about xCloud stuff.
About Crap Gamer.
Because I'm super interested in the xCloud stuff, even though everybody hates on me for it. It's just an option, people, and I'm excited for it.
I didn't realize a lot of
me-
people were hating on it.
Oh yeah, you don't even know. Some of your favorite people. Anyways,
I don't know if you'd say favorite, but yeah, probably.
Anyways, you can find me on there. You can find me on the RDX podcast in the chat with Lethal, Cracking Heads. And then you can find me now on the Xbox 2 podcast, Cracking Heads. Yeah. And also find me here and on Xbox. So don't be afraid to reach out.
Because he's not afraid to reach out towards Rand. And I've got the weird feeling after tonight, Rand is going to go apply for a restraining order.
He's gonna go right. He's gonna go to dealer. Don't.
I'm gonna have to remove him and everything. Get a restraining order.
Can you get one digital? I don't know.
Yeah. That's what the mute button's for.
Yeah, exactly. Or block. All right.
How big's your
Ghost.
block list? 17,000.
Oh, for Twitter, yeah. My block list on Twitter is 17,489. So, it's rather long.
God, I can only inspire to be like you. I hate follow too many people.
Well, no, the thing is, man, I just don't tolerate. I have a low tolerance for stupidity, and it gets worse as I get older.
I like seeing the stupid shit people post sometimes, man. I don't know.
Nah.
I hate follow a lot of people.
Because I don't know if Fork actually gets this, or any of you guys, here that are part of the Forking crew. I get it all the time, man. I'll get random people message me or tag me in a post. That, I mean, you're not allowed to be positive and be a gamer on social media. You can't be happy to be a gamer. You know what I'm saying?
That's not allowable. You have to be negative.
Yeah,
and
you have-
So far, so good for me.
Rand, do you get messages of people saying like "never forget" and they'll post a screenshot of something?
Never forget? What?
I've actually never had somebody post a screenshot of something I said ever to me.
No, is it not? No, not that's something that you said. Something like Xbox did that maybe you disagreed with. I can't remember what it was. This guy that was a streamer went out of his way to message request me, and it said something about never forget. I'll send it to you. It's fucking hilarious.
See, some people have way too much free time, and they take this.
That's what I was about to say. Damn.
They take the whole console war bullshit above and beyond where it ever needed to be to begin with.
Personally, I'm just happy to be gaming. That's about it.
That's it. And you're not allowed to be positive on social media. You can't be happy to be a gamer. And
I don't think I've ever been negative on social media.
I get
not that I can think of.
I get people that send me messages going, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're excited." Really? I can't help it if you don't want to play this game. I do. Fuck you. I don't care what you think. So
it was from JTech TV. If anybody wants to know, at JTech TV, it was the Metascore of State of Decay and Sea of Thieves, and he says never forget.
And see, why would that even be a thing?
For what? Cares? Like, what is that bad?
It's because he's just terrible.
Yeah, and see, that's the point. That's why my block list is so long, and I add to it daily.
If you're gonna be mean, you should at least be funny and make sense. Say never forget. Fucking stupid.
Hey, don't worry about JTech.
Yeah, he got punched in the face.
He loves PlayStation. When Death Stranding went to PC, he protected his account, and then he did a 9-hour podcast about it.
A 9-hour podcast.
So, he got punched in the face hard.
9 hours, Rand?
Yeah, go to his channel. 9 hours long.
Holy shit!
That's a lot.
Those are boom numbers.
Just out of curiosity, what do you stream for 9 hours?
Probably just ranting and crying. Hell, I don't know.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
That's a long freaking time.
Maybe he ate a bunch of spicy chips. I'm sorry, Kid Smooth, but
Very
you've ruined my
slowly,
want to
yeah.
ever eat ice cream ever again.
What? What?
That is ridiculous. 9 hours to rant because a game you were looking for is going to PC. See, that's why my block list keeps growing.
That's when you need
every
to-
fucking day.
He's like,
Get
so how do you
help.
spell his name? Blocked.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. And actually, believe it or not, every time we have guests on the show, I will actually get nasty messages on some of the guests.
Nice.
I've had nasty messages about everybody on this panel except Leo, because Leo just started.
Fuck, even me. Who was it?
Just you wait.
Who was it?
I just wish people would just come to if you got some shit to say it to me. I mean,
Let
what
me
the
on.
hell?
Let
They
me
don't
on
have
there, Wilmy.
testicles,
Who
so
said it?
You know,
Who talked shit about Rand?
the most hate I've ever got was having Dealer on the podcast, and Dealer's been here 3 or 4 times, and
Was that Supersonic Queer? Was
No.
that him?
no, and there are people.
What's wrong with Dealer?
I don't.
Seemed
I don't-
okay to me.
Dealer is fine. Dealer's a great guy. I've been.
Oh,
on
is that
RDX.
that console war BS?
I guess so. I mean, the dude, sent me this really long fucking paragraph, and I'm like, dude, you really think I'm gonna read this shit? But
I mean,
I've
you
had
could do what my wife has done when she's gotten hate mail. She'll go through and edit it correctly and send it back.
Well, I've had them. I've had them when Dealer's been on. I've had them when Salty's been on. I've had them with Noof. I mean,
about me?
Just,
What about me?
not yet.
Yes, it's because
I'll,
nobody gives a
I'll
shit
send
about
something
me.
after the show, Obi. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll get them after the show. So,
They're crap gamers. Like, how dare you?
Bottom line is this: I'm 46 years old. I've raised 3 kids. They're out of college. I don't give a fuck what your opinion is. I block you. You send me some stupid shit, you get blocked. I don't care what you think. So, it's pretty simple. It makes life easier that way. Like I posted a couple of days ago, life gets much easier when you quit worrying about what other people are playing or where they spend their money.
Right?
So-
That's the fucking truth.
So, and if you decide to send me nasty messages, I just block you. I don't even bother reading them. I read the first couple of sentences and that's it.
The only nasty messages he reads are from Fork Boy.
Fuck you, Leo.
Dear Wilmy, I just want to see one testicle.
Fun Twitter tip: if you ever get in an argument with Crap Gamer online, just ask him where his Last of Us videos are going. He'll run away.
Man, I blocked that fucker years ago. He's probably number 5 on my block list.
Honestly, I don't even really know who
Who's
that guy
number
is.
1?
I don't even know. Probably some type of advertiser. All right, and Ghost, tell everybody where they can find you at, brother.
Hey, thanks for everybody coming out, and please hit fuck you headshot. The like button on your way out. We thank you guys for coming
Fuck you,
out. You
headshot,
find me. Yeah, well, fuck.
It's like his call sign every time you
Fuck
go for
that
the
guy.
outros.
Well, I mean, I'm playing a game, man. I'm a gamer. But you can find me on Xbox, The Evil Ghost. Oh, double kill. Twitter, Twitch, Twister, whatever the fuck we were on. Yeah, Twitch, Twitter, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, just thanks for everybody coming out. We'll see you later. I'm bad at this. I don't know.
All right, and of course you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, anywhere there's a game to be played. Just type in Wilmy Hood, and you will find me on there somewhere. And now I actually am on Twitch, but my name's spelled a little differently on there. But you can find me. And again, I want to thank Rand for coming on the show. It was an honor to have you here, sir.
I it was great being here, man. And don't worry about all the dead silence. It's perfectly fine. I'm sure it will. Like, once everybody gets accustomed to each other, everything will flow.
And
I
plus,
didn't
when
know
you
it was such a
rewatch
big
it,
deal to
It's and if you want to, you can blame me for it.
I only knew you from YouTube.
Hey,
No,
Rand, isn't
but-
it true though when you upload it that it speeds up dead silence? Is that true?
I don't think so.
Heard from a credible source that they think that it does that.
Well, no, normally the bad thing is everybody here is so loud and over the top, but tonight you can just tell everybody's tired.
Yeah, I listened to last week's, and everyone was just going. Everybody was just like rah 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 rah. And
That's
I
because
wasn't
of his
loud on
unpopular
Sunday.
gaming opinions, Rand.
it is
Not a
true.
loud person
Unpopular
to begin
gaming
with.
opinions. Yeah.
And you had some interesting unpopular gaming opinions on your show, Rand.
Yeah, I played that up a little bit. I did not like the whole Banjo and Conquer should never ever come back. That really gets under the skins of people.
Preach.
Which I don't, if they come back, great. Like I
never played a single one of those.
It's just Banjo. Like a lot of the rare games aren't anything I have any nostalgia for, so I just don't care.
I tried.
I do think
Beyond
Ori,
Good and Evil 1. I didn't see the big deal about it.
I do think Ori is better than most of the PlayStation exclusives,
Ori's
except for
good.
God of
I like
War.
that one.
Like I honestly, truly believe that. Like I had more fun and a better experience playing that game than like Spider-Man and all the other stuff. But a lot of the PlayStation guys can't fathom that because like, what? Better than Spider-Man? How could that possible? Like
All thanks to the cinematic universe.
you're just a dumb X-bot. You're just a stupid X-slut. Like okay.
And I'm guessing you're talking about the recent God of War, not the older ones.
Yeah, the recent God of War.
That was a really good game.
And then I said inverted is the right way to play, and that really gets to people.
Yeah, that was yeah.
That's hilarious.
Your
People
chat
get mad
lit
about
up.
that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, people get mad about that.
People get mad about the dumbest shit.
That's just so stupid.
See, nobody was triggered about me saying that if you like Nintendo
Wait, they
games,
got
like,
mad at
no
you
grown man
playing
should
it
play
inverted?
Nintendo.
Call me
No,
a weirdo, man. They said you're
Same.
I
weird.
called you a weirdo, didn't I? I said
That's
that you're
so
a weirdo
weird.
for that.
Yeah, you did. You said I was weird, but hey, man, it's how I game. I don't know. I don't know why I play
Everyone
inverted.
has their ways. What's his name?
Are you used to
it
normal flying options? Like,
I don't know. I think I use the inverted flying options. I'm not sure.
Oh.
I just whenever I get into a cockpit in the in the game,
Yeah.
like I see what it is. I'm like, okay, I need to change it. But like, yeah, I don't know. I play FPS, inverted, and people are like, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. How do you play it normal?
Wait a minute,
Like
you
it's
do that?
so wrong.
Whoa. I thought you were just talking about flying that you play inverted.
Oh, I play Halo inverted, so down is up and up is down, like on the right stick.
Jesus, man.
Everything's inverted.
wait, everything. I thought you just meant like when you were flying things. I'm like,
No. I'm literally like for camera movement in like any game. Like for Gears, but to look down, I press up on the stick, and look
That's
up, I press
insane.
down on the stick. It's just
Wow.
how I've gamed
Grown
it
to
How his
for
do
brain's
it,
long.
yeah.
hardwired.
Wow.
that's crazy.
I thought
it's
you were
cool,
talking
but
about
it's like-
inverted as in for flying. That's why I thought you were. But I'm
No,
I'm
talking
actually
about-
thoroughly impressed that you could play like that.
I can outplay you, and you play normal.
Are you
And
sure?
I'm playing the wrong one. Oh,
It's all up to
OB.
what you're used to.
Are you sure?
Ooh,
Obi, please.
we're getting
Come
a
on.
challenge. You can't
There ain't no
challenge
easy.
your hero,
Like
Obi.
what they say? There ain't no easy mode on.
You get by me.
I'm just playing with you, buddy.
No.
That's impressive, though. That's impressive that you can do that.
He still loves you.
I don't think it's
Yes, he
impressive.
does.
That's the way I learned, I guess, or that's just the way. At some point, I changed and I just learned it. So for me, when I pick up Modern Warfare and it's inverted, it just feels natural. I don't think about it. I don't think, hey, I need to look down, press down on the stick to look up. It's just you just do it.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you're used to, how you're used to playing.
Who here plays inverted besides me?
I do.
I
with
do
some-
not.
I do with
I've
some
never
flight
known
controllers.
anyone to.
Yeah, I've
play
never
that
even
way.
heard of that before.
I'm
Dealer
pretty
plays
impressed
inverted.
by it.
Shut up! Does he really?
Ask him. He plays inverted.
I'm just impressed. I can't do it.
I know. What's his name? The Rad Brad does.
I've done it.
I don't
What
even know
the
what that
fuck
means.
is going on in this world, man?
The Rad Brat.
Yeah, he's a
I didn't
video
know
game
that.
YouTuber.
I literally thought the inverted option was realistically just for flying because it makes more sense for flying.
Right?
That's what I
'Cause, you
use
know-
it for on occasion. I'll use it for choppers or something like that on the game.
I didn't even know that people like legit. Like I said, that's impressive because it's like that. How your head can process that, just huh?
Have you ever flown a helicopter, Obi?
In a dream I had when I was 12.
Well, I flew an actual helicopter, so yeah, it kind of seems a little more natural that way.
Well, I'm saying yeah, if you're flying, it seems more natural. It would
Yeah.
because you have the
As far as
stick.
gameplay, I
But when
couldn't
it comes to analogs, yeah, I'm saying for that, yeah, you want your character to look up. You think you just press your, but hey, man, I'm impressed because I don't think I could do it.
Well, Rand, now he loves you for another reason. And like I said, Rand is on the phone right now with his local law enforcement getting that restraining order together. All right, that is it for tonight. And like I said, guys in the chat, I'm sorry, just everybody was tired tonight. It happens. Tomorrow's, Halloween. So, Fort, like I said, most of you guys know what he does for a living, so he was tired. Everybody else is just, everybody has.
I'm just being me.
Yeah, Leo is chasing down raccoons in lingerie, because that's kind of what
All
Leo
day,
does.
every day.
But thanks for everybody that came out to hang out with us, and we will see you guys next Wednesday night.
Have a good night, guys.
And
Fucking A, blaze on.
we
Night.
will shut it down with our favorite song.
Will makes beards weird.